Microphone check. 1 2 1 2. How we sounding out there in Twitchland? Twitchland. Squanchy. Yeah, it works. What up, Alric? I didn't get to take a cat nap today. I hope somebody else took one for me. Awesome. What's up, Hobby Maniacs? I'm Robbie B, and this is the Hobby Report, your weekly tabletop resource to help keep those hobby muscles strong. I only got room for one flex. There it is. How's everybody doing tonight? Let's play a game. How many cats are on my lap? Which may, by the time you hear this, actually change. I'm sure it's a plus or minus now. 20 seconds later. Anything is game at this point. What's up? What's up? Lots of people checking in. Tim the Great in the house. The Huff. Liz Gray 87, of course. Killing Time Painting. Still one more name. Official Raylong. Official Raylong. That's a new name. Haven't seen that one before. What's happening? Ty Winning, of course. Elric's Hobbies. Elric 2010. Love minis. I think we all love minis, right? Who doesn't love minis? I think that's why we're all here. Dorn Jr. Sabat TC. What's going on? Coming Darkness back in the house. What's happening? Yep, it's been a while. That's alright. We're here. Same bat time. Same bat channel. Oh, there it is. I think we have a change in the cat. If you voted 1, it is now 0. The cat has left the building. Or at least my lap. Love minis. Oh, you got to take a cat nap? Ugh. So jealous. I was running around. I was trying to fix my toilet today, actually. I think I need to go back and get a different piece. My first thing did not work, so I think I'm gonna have to run back over there tomorrow and try it again. Seneca boy, resub, thank you so much. Pow. Splashing the cup. All them Robbie B heads. Keyline Prime. What's up, man? Oh, thanks for the host. Cool. Welcome everybody coming over from Keyline stream. We're just getting started here. We got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
part 2.
I think a resub train has started of sorts.
What the f is the internet?
The internet is a communications tool.
I don't know why it's
The world
doing that.
over where
That's
people can
interesting.
Come together to bitch about movies and share pornography with one another.
That is not the right thing. I don't know why it's doing that.
I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too.
I think Streamlabs has lost its mind.
What
It
the
has
f is the
lost
The
his
internet is
Vulcan
a
mind.
communications tool used the world over where people can come together to bitch about movies and share pornography with one another.
Well,
I'm
thank
joining the resub train too. Lime Marine.
Lime Marine. Key Lime, is that what you were working on today? I did not get to watch anybody stream today. I am the worst. What is going on with the alert box? Stupid alert box. I suppose if you're playing the Long War drinking game, you're already drunk because that is not supposed to work like that. Let's see. Why is it doing that? I was messing with the I was messing with some of the settings earlier. Yeah. That is not right. Let's try this again.
What the f is the
Not
internet?
even right. Not even
The
a little
internet
bit
is a
right. It
communications
is
tool
so
used the
not
world
right.
over where people can come
That
together to
alert
bitch
is
about
not.
movies and share pornography with one another.
There's not even a sign to that thing.
I'm
Like,
doing my part. I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too.
ridiculous. I think Streamlabs has lost its mind. Like, those aren't even in the same place to be played. Like, those are our donation. Those are literally our donation, like, GIFs, and they're playing for resubs. I don't know what's going on. Can we talk about dragons and rapid fire fans? I don't know. I don't see why not. Let's see. Cat command, key lime. So it gave you the key lime, Kevrob. Yeah, Kevrob. It gave you oh no, that you were checking catnaps. It may be that it's stacked up for you there, Kevrob. Yeah, it could be a stacked up there. I'm almost wondering what it's gonna play when a donation comes through. Well, I don't know what to say.
2, 1. This is a
It
5 o'clock free crack giveaway.
seems to be
This
working
is a
right,
test
but I don't know.
donation for $1.
I don't know. All I know is,
Yeah, I want candy boobs.
well, that one worked right. Anyhow, I don't know what's going on. We'll just have to ride the wave on that one. I don't know why it is not working. Follows look like they're working though, so that's good. Exo Zombie and Alfarius are not. Thank you both for the follow. So Keylime, BF Trick, Draken36, Kevrob, Coming Darkness, and Seneca Boy, thank you all so much for the resubs. Now you might notice the counter up there. We got the new subs and resubs counter along with the follows counter. So if we get either 20 subs or resubs during the stream, or, you know, it's the same thing, or 50 follows, everybody gets a bonus 30 catnaps that's live in the chat here. So be looking out for that. If you see the counters ding, make sure you let me know. Is it adding? I don't think it. Spam text. What's going on? Oh, thanks. Oh, I've been enjoying the vids on the lawsuit. Yeah. Ooh, those are spicy. Primeval, what's going on? See, you made it. Talk about the wonderful world of IKEA. Yeah, we'll be doing a little bit of remodeling in here, probably this week. Switching some things around so we can get a little bit more better positioning in here and better backdrops, because we can't go through that wall. We can't really anchor anything into the wall, so we got to go up. We're running out of prime time real estate here. Kevrob, did it not give you? Catnap 700 Omega Sun. Draken got his. Okay, Rob.
What the
Yeah, I don't think it
the
did.
internet?
The internet is a communications tool used the world over where people can come together to bitch about movies and share pornography with one another.
4 months what?
What? Elric, thank you for the resub. I apologize to everyone. It is playing the wrong animations. It's supposed to be doing
I'm
this.
doing my part.
Like, we all know that's what it's supposed to do.
I'm doing my part too.
This is a test.
What the is the internet?
The internet is a
Why is that
communications tool used the world over where people can come together to bitch about movies and share pornography with one another.
This is a test.
Well, I don't know. I'm just going to
What
turn
the
that one off.
is the internet?
The internet is a communications tool used the world over where people can come together to bitch about movies and share pornography with one another.
I can't turn it off. Awesome. Well, there we go. I don't care anymore. I'm over it. That one is probably wrong. We'll fix it later. We will adapt and overcome. It looks like the rest of them are right, though. Okay. Anyways, back on track.
Yeah, I want to change your boobs.
So we got a lot going on tonight. We got a good show for you. We got a big top donator giveaway. This little ultramarine captain painted by Den of Imagination Studios. Of course, it looks a lot better up close in that little picture right there than me holding it. But what I really think is cool about it is it's magnetized. Check this out. We'll look at this on the paint table too, or you can put it on this little plinth, little kind of thing. So you could obviously magnetize your own marine and put it on here too if you want. But either way, it comes with both bases, which I thought was pretty neat because, you know, Space Marines are in vogue right now. Spam text, it worked. Hey Liz Gray, can you give Kevrob what is it? 500 catnaps, I think. Can you give Kevrob 500 catnaps for me? I don't know why it didn't work if you haven't already. Sometimes the if everything comes through at the same time, Streamlabs gets all like choked up, like it can't handle it. It's too much. It's too beaucoup. But yeah, we're back on track now. So lots of cool stuff going on. On the cat box, we got a couple of different things. We've got the paintbrush holder, the Spiky Bits paintbrush holder. We got 3 more of these. This is a 3D printed paintbrush holder, which is pretty neat. I use a one-of-a-kind black colored one that James printed out, but he made 4 of these for us. These orange ones here with our little logo on it. And they're really great. I mean, they hold your brushes up. They're super amazing. They break down easy. Like if you want to go portable with it, it just pops right out, comes apart. Pretty good tolerances right there. We've got 3 of these left. 1 more is on the cat box for tonight. There's also the standard $100 mystery crate as well. And the first big baller redemption of this month. I don't think we've had one yet. I think that's the one, exclamation, redeem 6. I think the big baller one is redeem 6. I want to say it's like 4,500 catnaps. I don't know. Exclamation point. Redemptions, that'll tell you exactly how much all the redemptions are and what you can do with your catnaps this month here. But the very first redemption for that particular awesome mystery crate will get, on top of the $150 value, a urban or modern warfare terrain set from GameMat.eu, and we'll take a look at that here in a minute. We've reviewed it. You can check it out on YouTube, but it's a great little set, and with the way terrain is now in 8th edition, you know, it's perfect. So I was like, that's a great idea. Let's do that. So
Letter. Does that mean?
there we go. That one worked. It worked. All right, I think we're back on track. Maybe. I don't know. All right, thank you everybody for the follows and the resubs. It got a little crazy there, but we are definitely back on track. So a lot of stuff going on the Long War. Austin, if you know Austin, the other Long War big guy, he came down this weekend. We banged out a bunch of battle reports. over on the Long War, the first of which is Grey Knights versus Chaos. Hey, perfect timing, right? So that is up on the Hall of Veterans right now, actually, believe it or not. Let's go over here. So that's over on the Hall of Veterans right now. Somebody doesn't have enough catnaps. Also on the Long War today, commercial free, is our Chaos Space Marine tips and tactics breakdown, which you're about to see here in a second. Kenny's got a great video on washing wings that he did for the Lady of Corruption from Creature Caster. That is a great video. I watched the whole thing. Mostly the whole thing. I skipped around a little bit, Kenny. I'm sorry. It turns out I got the gist of it. But there was some really good points in there that I was like, wait, what was that? And I had to like go back and I was like, dang it, I should have just watched it all the way through. And of course, we have a brand new video that is out on YouTube right now that's featuring Orcs versus the Raven Guard. Still warm names, Raven Guard, actually. Fantastic looking models. It was a really interesting game. We threw a Celestine in there and just kind of went to town. I think we forgot like 2 or 3 rules, maybe a setup. Yeah, tie winning. It turns out Nemesis, the Grandmaster Nemesis Dreadknights, they're super good. I was like, oh, this escalated quickly. They are a little too good. We knew they were good, but we did not know they were that good. So yeah, it's definitely a good battle report to watch. I don't know if Kenny put any of the bloopers in there, but there was quite a few bloopers all weekend. As you can imagine, we had we drank at least once or twice over the weekend. Over on Kenny's channel, like I said, or on the Long War Hall of Veterans right now, commercial free early access is washing made easy, and right there you can see the wings he did. A combination of washing, matte mediums, a little bit of airbrush work. It all came together very well, and I'm super digging the wings he did on that. So if you're over there on the Long War, check it out. If not, it'll hit YouTube in like a week or two. It's definitely worth the 10 minutes out of your life to work out those hobby muscles. John Bingham, what's up, man? Thanks for stopping by. Early access is secretly easy. I'm actually thinking about, because we usually do an early access, you know, tutorial, but with all the books and all the tips and tactics that are coming out between like now and Christmas, I'm not sure. I might just have to drop stuff like in between, because if I wait, then it'll get like, for my tutorials, it'll get pushed back, and then it'll get pushed back again, and something that comes out like 1 week might come out on YouTube like 4 weeks later, and I'm just like, oh dang. What I'm thinking is we might just go to commercial free for my stuff, just because we got so much content coming out with all the rule books and talking about, you know, we do the rule book review, then we do the tips and tactics, break all that stuff down. And even after I did the tips and tactics video on today's, you know, on the Chaos one that dropped, I even went back and I added more stuff because they came out with the errata for the index, and I thought of a couple other points that were in there as we were doing stuff over the weekend. So I always try to keep it updated in the comments. I pin a post with everything that comes up between conversations with people and also, you know, the comments. So we try to keep it as fresh as possible. Obviously, there's some stuff in there that isn't even relevant anymore with the whole Marks and Magnus, and we'll get to that when we break down the Chaos book a little bit later today. LT, watch that word. That's a hot button issue. Too soon, bro. So there's that one, and then of course we got the tips and tactics on Codex, Chaos Space Marine, hashtag Iron Warriors suck, except for their one piece of war gear. That's pretty good. Makes me sad. Makes me sad. But one day we had our like 3 to 4 months, and it all slipped by. It all slipped by. Made me very sad. Oh, Riggs, thanks for the gatos. So what's everybody working on out there tonight? While I got a lot of hobby stuff. We're gonna talk hobby. We're gonna do all sorts of things tonight. Yelta says, good morning. Finally painting some chaos from the Dark Vengeance. Those are some crazy detailed models. Yeah, I never even got around to paint any of those out of Dark Vengeance. I assume you're just painting saying the Chaos, but you might be talking Dark Angels, but those are also crazy detailed as well. Crimson Fist Primaris Army for commission. Sweet. Bane's Banis Vatar? Vader? I don't know how to say that. I'll call it Banis. Working on the Beats Lab. Dude, I'll tell you what. IKEA is a great place for your Beats Lab. You can pick up tables now. A really nice wooden table with 2 solid metal legs. Like you can do A-frame, or you can do like that T, like that upside down T, like almost like half an I-beam for like $100. And I mean, that's way better. If you're gonna spend $40 on a folding table at Lowe's, you might as well spend $100 at IKEA and get you a nice metal frame with like some really good wood. Sure, it's laminate, composite, whatever, but you can clean it with 409, keep it fresh, something nice and sturdy. Oh, also, if you got work in progress pictures, throw them over in the gallery, exclamation point gallery, and I actually put some work in progress pictures of stuff I did off camera. This is the base for the creature caster model we're going to start tonight, and obviously, I painted that up, or I converted this up. This is just a resin piece, and then we grabbed the 100 millimeter base. This is the same as the Redemptor Dreadnought to put it on. I think it's the same as the Bloodthirster, but my Bloodthirster's still packed, so I don't know. I could have just looked on a website, but I didn't. I was just like, you know what? That base looks good. We're going to use that base, and we did. So I'll show you how I made this base here, and I got some of the material pulled out to show you as well. Any update on the Tamiya extra thin cement usage? Yeah, I used it on something. I'm not sure what I used it on, but I like it so far. I was using it on something for sure. I forget exactly what.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come?
Take my money.
Elric, okay. You don't have to ask me twice. Thank you so much, man. Super appreciate it. Elric, obviously, the purveyor of fine things over at elricshobbies.com. Your source for Scale 75 paints, which we're going to actually use. We got 2 big projects coming up to use those on. I am super excited to start on some of that. Oh, we got 2 cats down there. But yeah, he's fully stocked on all that stuff. Great shipping times, middle of the country, so whatever side of the US you're on, you don't have to worry about taking forever. That's a good question. Official Raylong, noob question. Why is it called the Beats Lab? So Dr. Dre makes his beats in the Beats Lab. You may remember that song, that collab, so to speak, with Eminem from back in the day. Well, we all make our hobby in our Beats Lab, and it's just calling it Hobbies Lab sounds stupid. So we call it the Beats Lab. There it is, because we're always, hammering out beats on our phone, hitting up those army lists, looking things up. This is just our Beats Lab. This actually is the Cat Command Center. This is more of the Beats Lab over here. We have sections. I could draw you a diagram, but nobody cares. But yeah, everybody has their own Beats Lab. I guess it's the hobby equivalent of a man cave. There you go. Taking some Anthony Lawn, taking some Kenny Advice, and now building 3 Helldrakes. Yeah, Helldrakes went down in price. Goodbye. That is a goodbye. Those guys don't suck. Also, the demon with the sword is pretty good now too. Definitely went down in price as well. Painting Lehman Russ command tank. Actually, we finished up off camera some of our death core. We'll show you that here in a second and go over that. Ironheaded. I am painting up today. What am I painting up? The warrior demon. Final answer. The Bloodthirster, basically. Banistar. I got a solid L-shaped desk, so I got that comp on one and the Beats Lab paint station on the other. Yep, there you go. That is perfect. Killing Time says, you got the Lady of Corruption today. Oh, well, that's good. Was that the official, like, censored version? I wasn't sure if I could, like, show her. I guess it's art, so it's like, whatever. I don't know. I try to keep it as PG as possible on here. String 10 Gaming, what's up, Sal? Yeah, I know who it is, dog. I got you, man. Points or monies? I don't know. What was the question, Alex? I don't know what we were talking about. All right, well, let's talk some news, right? If you blinked, the Forge World Open ended, right? But not before we got a lot of cool previews out of there. Let's take a look at this. So over on the site, we got a great article on the new Necromunda launch, which of course was that little logo right there that was the teaser video from early in the week there. So Little Plastic Soldiers, great guy, really cool blog over in England, was at the event. He always goes up, he talks to the folks, the designers, Andy Horay, a couple other folks he's always touching base with, and he got the goods on the new Necromunda, and this is what he had to say when it comes to the game itself. So they're gonna add in, I think when he said edition, he meant edition with an A, but I don't know, it's the Queen's English. I don't want to judge. So action points look to be back. I think we saw those in the Calth game too. Kind of also in Space Hulk, of course, which is pretty neat. So everything you do costs an action point, right? Just to try to keep it even keel and stuff. Kevrob, did you not get your cat naps? So here's a preview of some of the miniatures, and I couldn't tell what the bases are. The bases almost look like they had resin prototypes there, but they are very crisp. I mean, look at that edging. That's not what we saw from the plastic game, or the plastic bases they came out with. Like, those are very crisp and everything, and I couldn't tell if they were resin, but they looked way better than anything we had seen base-wise from them yet. So I'm really hopeful that we'll see some additional details on that. Now, the box itself for Necromunda looks like it will contain the Escher and the Goliath gangs, which the Eschers are the female ladies, the fighting ladies. So they keep teasing us for new Sisters of Battle. And look, there it is. There's that little stubber we saw previewed earlier as well on a rumor engine. So supposedly the Shadow War terrain will also be included inside of the box. Oh, okay, Kev Rob. Send me a whisper. I'll make sure it gets done. Yeah, there you go. It's all good. Looks like she caught on. She might not have heard me when I said it. So these miniatures are looking fresh. Again, look at the crisp detail on the base. And then, of course, the rest of it. Remember, these were pewter miniatures back in the day. And they all seem to have, like, that weird, like, kind of stance kind of pose. Or they were, like, action pose. Like, this one actually has depth. Like, look, she's got, you know, a six-pack. There's all sorts of detail that you can see. You can see the muscle. It's defined, you know. Like, all the stuff on the belt. Like, we didn't see those things before for pewter. So this is looking great. And there was some other miniatures too that they previewed off. So all this information, of course, coming from the development team there, but no word officially. We heard end of the year, but no official word quite yet. So maybe it'll replace the Battle for Calth and the Prospero as the next core box, or in addition to, I suppose. Could be. Hard to say. Necromunda pushed back Epic's release date. Well, it's always cool to see these new specialist games coming out for sure. You know, stuff that we hadn't seen in years and years and years. Oh, the bases are plastic? Okay. Those are some amazingly detailed bases. Way better than that stuff we saw come out in those kits. Because that detail was a little flat. And these seem to be very, very crisp. So, hopefully they're not prototypes. And that's the actual contents of the box. Sabat says, repainting your old plastic glass. Oof, those things. They were all like this. Like one dude had like a little combat knife. One dude had a pistol or whatever. Ironheaded says he has the pewter Escher gangers. Rather flat poses, simple mold making. Yeah. That's the way it was. Drago's here too. What's up, Drago? Vladimir as well. Oh, BFG. Yeah. BFG coming back would be dope. That would definitely be dope. I think a lot of people would play some Battlefleet Gothic. And there's so many options out there for miniatures, you know, like so many different ranges and stuff. They could, you know, they could pull the whole Blood Bowl treatment and just keep putting stuff out, you know. Every couple of months they put out a couple of, you know, boxes, circle back around, do some upgrade kits. They could probably, you know, keep up with it for a few months. All right, so that was the big news there, and then we have some pretty pictures of new miniatures. So the new Forge World stuff. Here's a shot, and remember all this is from Garrow. He's always got like the best, well, for the most part, the best picks over on his Facebook page. So if you're not following Garrow, you should. If you want to stay up with all the 30K happenings. So this is the Orion Assault Dropship that we haven't seen rules for. We have no idea what this is about, where this is going to fit in with the Custodes. Maybe it'll be available on 40K. Maybe not. Yeah, there's definitely been talk of a new BFG set for sure. Nothing definitive. All, you know, kind of rumory. But yeah, there's some sort of new spin on it, supposedly. But again, we don't know for sure. So here you can kind of see the exploded view and some of the instructions of how it goes together. But the big thing is that there is an interior compartment that looks to hold 8. There's like 8 seats. It's got some air brakes to flip out, which look pretty cool. Some spinning turrets, but it, you know, it almost looks like an Osprey. Like you want it to flip, like you want those engines to flip, but it doesn't, right? So there it is, painted up, very fresh looking. Check that out. And it also looked like the front hatch, or not hatch, but cockpit might flip up as well, or it just might be a separate piece. And then there's some of the Aquilon Termes. And those are in the Prospero book, and of course the big boy, the Telemon, super big boys, which I think that base is the same base that we just converted up for our creature caster. So that was the big Forge World open. Well, I guess there was some other stuff like some Blood Bowl, a couple of other things, but for the most part, those probably the coolest stuff, I suppose. Battlefleet Heresy. There you go. I knew it was something like that. And then the rest of the stuff. Oh, and those sweet, the hatches for the Mark 1 Rhinos. Those things were looking pretty cool. So some new Blood Bowls. Let's... Here they are right here. So you can kind of got a feel for all that stuff. Like they came out with a couple of sets right here in the middle, and some new Land Raider doors in the pre-Heresy style, or the Heresy style, whatever you want to call it, and then some Mark 1 round hatches right there. There's some of them laid out for everyone. Lots and lots of variety. If you didn't like the hatches before, you're gonna like the hatches now. And then some random Space Wolf dude. No idea who he is. But, I don't know. Maybe he's Bren Redmaw? Wouldn't make much sense, though. It could just be a prototype for the Space Wolf Termies. Right? And then the brand new Tiger Shark, redone to be all magnetized, crazy magnets. There you can see a couple different shots of it. And of course, the Corn Dragon. Not sure when this thing's coming out. It's still coming. It's still coming. But yeah, so that was all the big news. What was y'all's favorites from this weekend? I'm personally digging the Custody stuff. I'm like, I need more time to paint some Custodies, like, for real, because that stuff's looking fresh. Kilty O'Neill, what's going on? Yeah, Lotus Cobra. I have no idea what the new Space Wolf guy is. Oh, they did have some better shots of. Well, I guess the sister stuff's been out for a while, but they did have some better shots. Need to do a Chaos Warlord Titan. Maybe they could put out some upgrade parts for that. That would be pretty fresh. I don't know how easy or not easy that would be, but no idea. JP Gray. I think everything's put out more Primaris Marines. That's what the people want. I don't think that's true. Or as true as you think it is. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Primaris Marines look great. I super think they're cool. But it is what it is there. That's so crazy. So more stuff coming out this week. Let's see. Let's get the official list here. So this week, speaking of Primaris, we will see the new Primaris upgrades for $15. The Inceptors, those are the multi-parts. The Adeptus Astartes dice for $20. The 3 terrain sets, the Bracken, Barb Bracken, Creeping Vines, Citadel Skulls, which could be pretty interesting. Assuming they don't have mold lines all over them. I could see. Could you imagine shaving down mold lines from skulls for like days? Holy cow. That would be a little vexing. Black Legion hardback book, Kingsblade paperback, and Horus Heresy Path of Heaven paperback coming out this week as well. So those are the releases. You will see this Friday or Saturday-ish. Transports for the AdMech, maybe? Ooh, that'd be interesting. Nanomizer. Chaos Primaris, thoughts? I don't know. I mean, I guess that could happen. It is quite possible. And it looks like this week's releases, now we only have the Great Britain pound price for these. Because I guess they're busy in the US. They didn't send out the pricing sheets to the stores here in the States. You got the General's Handbook for £20. Again, not sure what that's going to be. That might be $35 US. The Open War cards, which will be the like deployment zones and all that stuff that we saw in the past in the Open War section. Then there's a bunch of box sets coming out with a bunch of different price sets. It's kind of weird. So we got the Blood Feast Gorgers, which are, you know, the Minotaurs and the Beastmen stuff. Daughters of Cain, Blood Coven for £60. Then you got all the Battle Wizards together in one box for £25. The Spiderfang Grots for £40. Algazar Gargants for £45, which doesn't make any sense because I don't know. That's really interesting because I remember the giant used to be like $50 US or something, and I guess there's 2 in there. It's really weird. Borrow lands, so they got some undead stuff, and then torment spirits, 32.50. Borrow lands is 40 pounds. Then they took the Death World terrain box set that came out. It was like $140 back in February. They broke it down into 3 different box sets: the Barb Venom Gross, the Shade Rack Spines, and the Eldritch Ruins, 25, 20, and 35 respectively pounds. Great Britain pounds. Don't know how much they're going to be in American, but it's pretty interesting that they broke down the box and they're putting that one out separately, right? Killing time, but I thought you could use Primaris Marines and the Dark Angels to answer the Primaris. I suppose you could. Yeah, Fabius, correct answer. Fabius Bile is definitely working on it. He's trying to get his hands on some of that. Alright, well, let's break down. Let's talk some Chaos Space Marines. I feel like we need to talk some Chaos Space Marines. Check the gallery here. See what you guys got going on. Exclamation point gallery. Get all your work in progress. Images, beats labs, eats labs. Cats, not cats. All sorts of things. Drop them in there. Take a look here in a sec. Let me... I think I need to set this camera up to be... There we go. Okay. Show us your kitties. They're over there. They'll be around. Lewd. JP Gray. Tisk tisk. Alright, let's talk about some paint table. Or let's talk about some Chaos Space Marines. Where's my book? Alright. So, we got the new book. It's shiny. It's super shiny. And it has a ton of useful information in it. Let's zoom out a little bit. On all the new units. What is this? Get out of here. On all the new units coming out, of course. So, I guess the best place to start is, of course, everybody I'm sure knows by this point that according to the, I wouldn't even say it's the errata, I guess the article says that if you have something like Thousand Suns, or Deathguard for that matter, anything with like Mark of Chaos from Deathguard, or Mark of Tzeentch for Thousand Suns, you have access to these now from the index book. So that's kind of cool because Weaver of Fates is so good. So it's almost like they were listening when we were explaining it, like that if you were trying to keep people from using this power or getting these powers, it was kind of folly because you could still do it. You could still take a detachment. It could still be Chaos Space Marines. And then you could still have a sorcerer that has these and it would still affect the models that people might be upset about it affecting, right? So, that being said, I think it's good. It's a good precedent that Games Workshop listened and updated their stuff and kind of gave us that idea that, hey, maybe these are coming in those particular books. Not sure what's going on with the Slaanesh one, but, you know, it kind of is what it is right there. Now, something we noticed in here, there was a couple of changes to the structure. Now, the Defiler actually got good. Not a lot of people are talking about the Defiler. Well, it got better. The stats increased on it. It went up to 4 attacks and 2 attacks at 1 to 3 wounds. 8 to 14 wounds, it went up to 4 attacks right there. So that was really cool to see. It's a little dull, huh? And in the front, they updated both Huron and Abaddon. But we already kind of knew the Abaddon thing was coming because we saw it in a preview. but they updated Huron to have 1 command point if you just take him. So lots of cool updates in this thing. The Demon Prince is really interesting because now his Hellforged sword, you had the option of taking either the Hellforged sword or the Demonic Axe. Like, this comes standard. Well, not standard, you still got to pay for it. But check it out. Check out the pricing here. The one was 45. The Demonic Axe was 45. The Hellforged sword was 42, I want to say. So those went down incredibly, making this guy really, really good. Like, for the points. And I was talking to Kenny earlier, and he was saying, read you a chaos story. I was talking to Kenny earlier, and he's like, with all the changes to this book and all the price reductions, he was able to like fit in more units into the same list he had at the start of the week. Became more models in his army at the end of the week because of all the points reductions and things, which I thought was pretty cool. But again, you know, it's a lot to keep up with. Like, you got to break down the book and start looking at it. Like, here's all of the points changes, and for the most part they all went down. There was a couple of things that went up over here, of course. Pink Horrors went up, the Brimstone Horrors, or Pink Horrors went down, Brimstone Horrors went up, Plague Bearers went down, so whatever. Oh, you got a free Demon Prince. Okay, so Kenny said he got a free Demon Prince with all the price reductions. So a free Demon Prince is 146 points. So, like, if your army goes down 146 points in a week, like, why the heck not? Like, that seems pretty good, right? So, kudos to GW for watching all the angles here. This one was good too. 60 points. The Bell Flamers went down 30. I mean, right there, if Kenny's taking 3 of them, he just saved 90 points. Like, come on. Are you kidding me? Oh, it's 180? Okay. Well, yeah, I was talking base. So, I mean, there's some strong stuff in here. There's not... You know, you gotta separate. You gotta remember, there's not a lot of things that will just smash face and kill everything. Like, it's not always about that when you play. It's about resiliency, you know, tying up the enemy, buying yourself time for other things to kind of run around and score objectives. And I'll let Kenny, I'm sure, on his stream talk about some formats and things that he's playing and that they're running out there at his local store that that seem pretty cool. To be a part of and things. Save points on the Drakes and the Maulers. Oh yeah, there you go. If you save that many points on those things right there, like, whew. Yeah, that's just pretty nuts. Alright, so that's our little chaos breakdown. The Grey Knights book, we can do a quick breakdown on that too, if you guys want to. I think, what are you guys' thoughts on Chaos? Like, I feel overall it's pretty good. String 10 Gaming says, do you think with these points adjustments that it'll lead to more variance on the table for Chaos Space Marines or more of an enticement to bring similar spanning units? I think 40k is just a enticement to bring similar spammy units. I mean, they give us the detachment, they give us the ability to do it, and so many units are so good. If you can just take more of them, why wouldn't you, you know? So I don't feel like it's on players, or, you know, it's anybody's fault. I think it's great that you can there is a lot of variance out there, I guess is what I'm trying to say already. I feel like, yeah, there's a lot of options for Plague Marines, but to be honest, we kind of saw that with the data sheets that were included in all the boxes, and then they just kind of like comboed them together and added a few things. Alf Dory, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. This is my cat's eye. This is the What is this? This is the short hair mafia tie. Any tips on painting a power sword? Starting to paint my captain and Gravis and lieutenant. Oh, there's a couple different ways to do power swords. You could do the checkerboard pattern, where you tape it off different quadrants and fade it from blue to black. That's very popular and strangely easy to do. You just have to get some good tape.
What does that mean?
There you go. There's the follow. All right. That was pretty easy to do. You could do lightning, which is a little bit more realistic, I feel like. There is a tutorial. I want to say there's actually a VOD, how to paint lightning VOD here on the channel, so you can click on that and check that one out right here on Twitch right now. String 10 Gaming says, without blaming anyone, I think the points adjustment will really get cast players thinking on how to maximize efficiency, which was rare. Yep, that's true. Gary the Fatman says, Chaos getting cool stuff makes him feel optimistic for his guard. Yeah, I am too optimistic for the guard, because the army I started out with the first week, I can no longer play. Or I guess the way I was playing it, I can no longer play. So, yep, that would be really awesome to do. All right, let's talk some Grey Knight stuff. There really isn't, I don't want to be like down or anything, but there just isn't as much I guess the excitement level isn't there as much as Chaos, at least for me, but there is still some good stuff. So as far as like points reductions and things, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. So you got, looks like Terminators actually went up. You've got these new units. The Chaplain is way higher, by like 60 points, I think, than the Space Marine one. And the Nemesis Dreadknight, the Grandmaster and Nemesis Dreadknight starts out at 190, which is a fantastic value once you start adding in weapons. I think a lot of people are probably going to be on around this wheelhouse, like the Gatling Silencer and maybe the Blade. So that's pretty cool. Genuine Vision, what's up, man? Welcome back to the stream. If you're not following Genuine Vision, give him a quick follow. Check him out. Great painter here on Twitch and creative. Alfdory, I think Mortarion looks fresh. I mean, I always reserve judgment until I see the actual model in my hands, or a better painted version than what we've seen out there. It's just too hard to tell at this point, but I'm hopeful that he is gonna look super sweet once we get a good picture of him. So here's the big boogeyman of them all right here, the Grandmaster and Nemesis Dreadknight. This is the one that a lot of folks are probably going to be taking on the tabletop. He's just, for his points, he seems pretty good for what he does. You know, he's always hitting on 2s right here, the weapon skill, right? Degradation isn't that bad on attacks. It goes from 5 to 3. Ballistic skill, he's not going to be shooting as well, which kind of makes sense, right? But look at his attacks. Like, he starts out with 5. He's got 12 wounds, strength and toughness both 6. So this guy is a force to be reckoned with. If you take the hammer, it's going to get him up to strength 12, neg 4 AP, d6 damage. But it's always 3 or more on that. So you don't have to worry about, oh, am I going to roll a 1? You know. Grens, what's happening? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, having a good day. Doing a little housework and stuff. How things going out there for you? So that was the big thing, and then of course you got the Chaplain in here. They added in a Chaplain. They added in the Storm Talon. They added in the Storm Hawk. Pew pew. I don't know where it is. Probably there it is. Storm Hawk Interceptor. So that's, I guess, the skinny on Grey Knights. Now, they do seem super strong. The definitely good, super strong allies. But if you're going to take them singly, the Grandmaster on Dreadknight is great. You can take a Warlord trait where everybody within 6 inch gets to reroll their charges, which is awesome. You can take their Teleportarium thingamabobber, where that allows them to drop in more than 9 inches away from the enemy. And then you can also launch that assault where you get to reroll it. That seems like a good combo. We saw that kind of happen, spoiler alert, in the battle report over on the Long War right now. But I mean, ooh, that one's pretty good. Yep, the Grey Knight Chaplain is a psyker. It's a little bit more points cost, but he is. Gren's waking up from a cat nap. I like it. I like it. Okay, so what do we do? We went down new releases, Chaos, Grey Knights. I feel like these are all hot button things. Talked about the coverage from Forge World Open. Did I leave anything out? Did we forget anything? Tim the Great, what's happening? Are you back from class? String Tank Gaming. Never watched Rick and Morty. Well, maybe it's time to start. Check it out. Give it a whirl. You learn much. I hear you. Yeah, Gary the Fat Man. The Dreadknight is actually a really difficult model to both assemble and convert. Like, it is a little bit on the borderline of like a hobby nightmare, but super rewarding if you do manage to pull it off, for sure. Alfdar, I noticed the Grey Knight players were just teleported on me, and when I put Guillaume, they just run away from me. Is that tactical? It seems tactical. Seems like that would be good. Yeah, I don't know where the Primaris reinforcements are for the Grey Knights chapter, but they definitely don't have them. Nothing to see here. They're not trained in the use of pole arms. That's what it is. Maybe they can't regrow. Oh, patented engines. Oh, brutal. Who remembers the old Pewter Land Raider, Crusader, with all the little storm bolters that you had to slot into each little slot, and each one of them had to be like straight and like perfect in a row? And if you grabbed it wrong and you actually grabbed on the bolters, oh, and then the ammo feed had a match up too. And if you accidentally grabbed the bolter, it would like, and like all your bolters would just fall off. It was like, no. I did that at least twice. Yeah. Oh, the Nightmare Multi-Melty. Yep, I remember those. So brutal. I have so many memories. So many memories. But, you know, when you get it together and it sticks and you drill them out and you put them in there. Boop, 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 boop. That was, and it never broke again. That was pretty rewarding. Alright, let's do some painting. We got some catching up to do on the paint front. Then we'll go over, check out the gallery. So if you got some work in progress stuff, beat slabs, eat slabs, throw them over there. Oh, I need to set the, probably need to set the color a bit. Give me 1 second here. We need to adjust things. Get our exposure over the manual. That's probably too much. Too hot. Too hot.
In 3, 2, 1.
Is this a 5 o'clock free crack giveaway?
Must help Rob feed his cats. They need the nip. Give cats the nip.
They need the nip. They do need the nip. They beat me unless they get the nip. Tim the Great. Thanks for the donation, man. So check it out. This is, speaking of which, this is what's on Top Donator tonight. So it's a 2-part magnetized base system, Space Marine Captain, or Ultramarine Captain rather. You can see a way better picture on the other screens where my stupid face is, but here he is in all his glory. Some sweet non-metal metallics with some custom tabardry, heraldry on the back, looking super fresh. And look at the face detail. Look at the stupid face. I could never paint that on stream. I would be like, literally, if I tried painting this on stream, I would be like hunched over, like. I could do it, but I don't know if I could do that on stream. But yeah, this guy looks dope. Now this is from our friends at Dem Imagination. They even converted it up with some magnets, so you can switch it out, put it on this plinth. Little display piece. Of course, you could always, you know, magnetize whatever models you want. Put them on there. I think it's a neat little piece. I do not play Ultramarines, but I know some folks out there that do. But there it is. That's our Top Donator giveaway tonight. Put this over here. Get him out of harm's way. And they also said anybody that books a commission with them at deadimagination.com. If you mention Spiky Bits.
What does that mean?
Falth the Griffin, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, anybody that mentions Spiky Bits will get a discount off commission work over there. Slow Fuse, what's going on, man? If y'all aren't following Slow Fuse, you should give him a click follow. Tell him I sent you. Alright, so off camera, last week, we painted up some more Deathguard Krieg, mostly because I couldn't find anything else from unpacking. We had done them before, but we had to keep doing them, because that was about all I could find.
What does that mean?
Warmonger, thank you for the follow. So here is, now this was the tank we did previously, a few weeks ago, previously on Spiky Bits. This is the Deathguard Krieg tank we did previously. You can see all the fresh grays, all the sponge work. Stuff's looking great, right? But we had to do a couple turrets, some searchlights, which I recently found out that you cannot give them. You cannot use these for just anything that is regiment. It's only for infantry now. So I was kind of sad that I can't use these for my tanks anymore. So one more strike against that book, I swear. But we detailed them out. We went in and did all the sponging. We used Harvest Brown. Sponged that all out. And gave it a little black. And in some places we sponged on steel, which you can see right up here. And then went back and used the greens to really make the sensors pop. Now, we'll give this a matte coat and then come in with a little bit of gloss varnish on the little sensors right there and call it a day. I don't know what I'm going to use them for because I don't think I'm taking that many regiment guys. But I got them and they're painted, so we're going to use them for something. And then here's the little Cyclopses. These are the demo vehicles. They run up to people and just explode. And we just did a whole bunch of sponging, bunch of steel sponging, bunch of black sponging, the detail work on the lenses right there, and some more around the edges and things, and then the green. But yeah, these were pretty fun to do. now I think I have everything done for my guard. Oh, and these 2 turrets. And 2 demolisher turrets as well. Is this image bright enough? I can't tell if it's bright enough for you guys. Let me know. But yeah, this is the demolisher turret. And we sponged on some metals and stuff on the front. And some more browns and things all around. And if all has gone well, this will match up with the existing turrets. Or the existing vehicles. Because all I did was paint up some new turrets. So now we can swap out. We have swap outable turrets, which is pretty neat, for all of our lemony russes. Boom. So now that's out of the way, I want to do just a quick, nice and bright. Okay, thank you, Ravenous Oracle. So I just want to do a quick, couple quick glazes on some of these Stormcasts. I'll let that dry while we are going to do some airbrushing and start laying down the base coats on the warrior demons. What I gotta find my glaze first. Now, I like to use this. I love G-Dub technicals. Like G-Dub has some serious heat when it comes to technicals for the glazes and the other like textures and things. Super awesome. This I rarely use out of the pot. Like I'll use for these lenses and things that I just showed you right here. I'll use this out of the pot, the Way Watcher green, because it's so, the area is so small. But if this area was big, like something like this, I would mix in probably some Future Floral Wax. Or, you know, like what Kenny does, he mixes in the matte medium from Liquitex, whatever. It's all very similar stuff. I'm just old and set in my ways. And I'm okay with that. So for that, we just go straight out of the bottle. But for something that's going to be a little bit bigger, like say some prosecutor wings here. And this effect was actually really easy to achieve. All I did was spray some dark blues up into here with the airbrush. That was Cantor, I think it was. Yep, Cantor blue. Just sprayed some really dark Cantor blue up into the tippy toppy right there, and then I flipped it around and I just kind of fanned it out. So this is actually the same color, but because it's over white, it just like faded out itself. Like I didn't have to use any other color because it was going on over white, which was really kind of like, I kind of accidentally discovered it and I was like, that's really neat. And then I just like finished it up. I didn't use any other colors. So now we're going to glaze them to get down into that crack and pull it out and just kind of pull it all through and tighten it up and keep it from, you know, looking air quotes airbrushy. So what we're going to do is grab some of our Gilliman blue, our Buster palette right there. Let's see if we can get this in focus for y'all. We're not going to use this straight out of the bottle. Let's grab us a wedge brush. I love me some wedge brushes. Here we go. So we got a wedge type brush. We're going to pull. Actually, we're going to need a bunch of this, right? So we're going to pull a hot grip out here. Maybe another dab. There we go. Rinse our brush out. Happy little accident. And we're gonna hit it with some Future Floral Wax, 50-50 or Pledge with Future, whatever it's called now, and water mixed right here, which does a very similar thing to matte mediums, Lamium medium, you know, Liquitex, whatever. And we're gonna make a glaze out of it. because I don't actually want to wash it. Most of the work there is done. We just want to kind of filter it, so to speak. So a good way to see if your glaze is thin enough is thin it out first. Grab you another little palette and pull it. And if it pulls and it's translucent enough, very similar to that, almost like a super watered down watercolor paint or something. DKoK, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. So it looks like on the ticker up there, if we get 10 more subs or resubs, bonus 30 catnaps, or to everyone watching, or I can't see what the follows say. Does that say 33 or 13? I can't tell. Out of 50. We got a bunch last week. I'm not sure where everybody's at tonight. So here's the straight out of the bottle glaze, and you're gonna notice right immediately that it's a lot thicker. So that's not what you want to do. You want to make sure you thin it down. This is something you always want to mess around with. Oh, DKoK, think you're now following sub to everyone in the Long War. All right. Appreciate the support, man. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure you hit !info. That'll fill you in on what catnaps are and what they do, what you can get with them. And you remember the first, whether it's tonight, tomorrow, next week, the first Big Baller Miniature Crate Redemption here on the stream, which I think is redeem !6, will also include the Modern Warfare terrain set from GameMat.eu. Now that'll ship separately, of course, because it's going to come out of Europe, but it comes pretty quick, believe it or not. It comes a lot quicker than sometimes ordering things from the West Coast. I'll zoom in a little bit for y'all. There we go. Ugh. Stuck on there. Okay, so this is really thin stuff. I need to be dabbing it off. Don't want to cling on to your glitz. But you can see there, the filter has really started to kind of work between the two sides, right? This looks a little bit more rich, a little bit more depth, a little bit more contrast maybe in the cracks, whereas over here it looks a little bit more not those things. So we're just going to go through and make sure we're getting all of the glitz off. Flip it around, do the same thing, so we know we're dealing apples to apples. Okay. Dorn Jr., speaking to everyone in Long War, please send our love to Juice and his family too. I certainly will. I saw him this weekend. We went out to his mom's house and cleaned up the property a bit. It was getting a little ragged, so there was a bunch of folks out there, a bunch of us hobbyists, and some of his other folks from church and various other friends, mutual friends and stuff, and cleaned up his yard. It was actually a great day for working outside for the most part. It was a little swampy once you got going, but man, it definitely felt good to be helping out a friend. But yeah, we'll definitely pass it on. Make sure you hit him up on Facebook. You can definitely send him a message. He might not reply, obviously, but I'm sure he would definitely appreciate it. It's definitely a tough time for them. Duke says, when I just came in, when you were talking 50-50 feature floor wax and matte medium, you said they do mostly the same thing. Well, so I think, and I'm not a mediumologist, I don't know all this stuff, but I think acrylic paint is basically what, a binder and a pigment, right? So a lot of times what mediums are is they're kind of like the binder without the, maybe I'm misspeaking here, but they're the binder without the pigment. So they're the part of the paint that isn't the color. And what that does is the more of that you add, I want to say the correct term is viscosity. It adds more viscosity to it so that it'll flow better. Now, Future Floor Wax, or Pledge with Future, I guess it's called these days, is literally a floor wax. So it's, you know, it's going to have a sheen, so it's going to be a little glossy. It's designed to spread out and go provide even coverage, you know, over a surface. Whether it's your kitchen floor or your prosecutor wings, it doesn't really matter. It's going to do the same thing if you use it correctly and in the right amounts. Now, you're not going to want to mix it. You're going to want to thin it down. Anywhere from 75% water to 25% paint, or excuse me, Future Floor Wax, or 50-50, which we're using right now. We're using 50-50. Both are correct. I mean, it's all just personal preference. I've been using this stuff for, you know, 15 years. So I'm just used to it. I like how it works. I like how it reacts with itself and in the paint, so I'm just going to use it. There's nothing wrong with doing it a different way. You can use Lamium medium. You can use Liquitex stuff like Kenny's been doing lately. It's all the same. Well, relatively speaking. Yeah, it's kind of like a gloss medium for sure. Like, you will see a sheen to this once it dries. Like right now, it looks wet, obviously, because it is. But there's going to be a sheen to it once it is dry. And that's where you're going to have to hit it with some lusterless or some matte varnish. We use the Model Master stuff in little small rattle cans. So here's your comparison between the two. You can definitely tell the one on top looks a lot richer. And that's just one coat. You can do multiple coats because they're thin, right? I definitely feel like the one on top is richer and more contrast than the one on the bottom. So I may have overthunk this and not realized how I was going to actually hold this while I drive. Let's see what we can do. So and I kind of want to flow. I kind of want to hold it like this so that it flows down. You know what I mean? And there you can see it's drying and there's a sheen to it. So there will be a sheen. With the matte medium, obviously it's matte, not as much of a sheen. There will be a tiny bit of sheen, maybe almost like below a semi-gloss, below a satin. But here there's definitely a sheen. Future also has the advantage that you can use it on your floor, obviously. Paint some minis and then use it to make my kitchen floor look great. There you go. It's dual purpose. It's a twofer. Because when you buy that big bottle of Pledge with Future, you're not going to use it all. I had the same bottle literally for 8 years, and it just got like dark and grody, and I actually did a refill into my bottle from James Stay-Stell's bottle. I was like, yo, you're never going to use that. Let me borrow some. Best $8 you can spend. Now, I can't tell you if other floor waxes do it, etc., but I do know Future Floor Wax seems to, or Pledge with Future seems to be the jam. So now you can see once it's drying, starting to get down in those cracks and things, really starting to make that definition, make everything pop. And it's going to be set up well for another coat if you want to do 2 coats on it, which, I mean, it's perfectly reasonable. It's hard to tell when it's dry or if it's still wet. Like, this is a sheen from it just being dry. It's actually, for the most part, pretty dry. It's glossy. So we'll come on here and we'll do another coat just to give you an idea of how we can make it look good. And then we'll get up here in the glip glops. Let's glip glops off. Because now Now they're just flying down those little highways, those little glossy, waxy highways. And we're just following the quills. And on this side as well. And we'll just come back and get in these little top areas here and get those glip-glops off. Like all this. I want to just make sure we got a nice smooth transition. Come on. Okay. So first one down. I think that's all we're going to do on stream. Maybe if we have some time at the end, we'll do some more. But I didn't plan on it taking that long. But it looks so good. So one on the bottom. Not so much. One on the top. Definitely better. What do you guys think? Well, let me put this away. Put these over to the side. So these, if you're wondering the models that it goes on these prosecutors right here. They just glue on. Something like that. Them hammers.
PC load letter.
But yeah, that's what it's gonna look like when it's done. Limis Prongle? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I think I'm just gonna pour this back in here. I don't want to waste this much glaze. It all goes to the same place, trust me. It's fine. Pretty much a glaze expert. Alright, let's jump over here, check some Q&A. Where's my drink? There we go. What does the same
load letter? What does that mean?
Tim the Great says nice colors. Thanks, man. What happened to painting the demon in a corner? Yep, we're gonna do that here in a second. And Duke says last question before hogging the stream. No, that's fine. If you got a question to ask. Mini Mommy, thank you for the follow. How does it do the same for wash the surface tension as the gloss coat? It does the same thing. You can mix that Pledgewood feature 50-50 with water mix that I've mixed up and I got in this little bottle right here. You can do that with washes. Does the same thing, thins it out. But remember, washes have more pigment in them. They're still thinned down paint. They're just to the point where they have a lot more pigment. Glazes have a lot less pigment because they've been watered down with, you know, matte medium or whatever GW puts in it, whatever company puts in it at that point. So you just kind of have to take it out of the bottle and adjust it to taste. You know, that's the best way to do it. So let's fire up the airbrush and do some painting here. Get your work in progress miniatures, your beat slabs, your eat slabs. Get those pictures up in the community gallery, !gallery for the link. We'll get to those here shortly. Let me fire this bad boy up. Grab a glove. Time for $6 burger night and adult beverages. That sounds delicious. I want a $6 burger. You got to eat one for me without the bread. You might need a plate. You might need a knife and fork. All right, Slow FUC, dog. Cam Blanco, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Player J, checking in. What's happening? I go to McDonald's for the $1 burger. That might literally kill me. I cannot eat the bread. Oh, Slow Fuse, you say the darndest things. Yeah, I got the glutens. Can't eat the breads. Can't eat a lot of things at McDonald's, actually. I found this new place. It's the most amazing restaurant in the history of ever. It's called Biscuitville. And you would think, right? You would think with a name like Biscuitville that Robbie B should not go to it. But it turns out it's actually okay. And let me tell you about this magical and wondrous place. So you walk in. Let me paint the scene. I'm sure everybody's familiar with Hardee's or Carl's Jr. or whatever part of the country it's called what in, right? Well, imagine like your traditional Hardee's or your traditional Carl's Jr. or whatever. But in the front of the store, there's like an encased in glass like section, like work area, right? And above this work area that's encased in glass, so everybody can see exactly what's happening here, there's a mirror. A reverse, obviously a mirror, and it's angled at a 45, so you can look at the mirror almost like it's a TV and see exactly what the person is doing. And what the person is doing is making biscuits all day, every day. There's a 100% authentic grandma-looking lady. I'm not gonna say she's old because I don't know if she's old, but a grandma-looking lady in her like straight up like white outfit with the apron, and she's just like grinding out them biscuits. Like with the little hole cutter and the rolling pin, and she's just going to town on these biscuits. And I tell you what, if they didn't have a TV playing in there, I would still watch that. It was the most engaging thing I'd ever seen at a restaurant. It was amazing. But the good news is that their eggs, they don't add any filler to. So and they have platters. And so basically I got an egg, meat, hash brown platter, and it was amazing. It was awesome. I loved it. I'll go back every Sunday.
Did you say Jay and Salt Bob are quote fucking clown shoes? Yeah. Really?
The news.
Kuzdan, I don't know. I don't think it was Mrs. Doubtfire. Hello. I don't think it was. Was I paying attention so I can actually learn how to make biscuits? No, I wasn't that into it. I have. She's the biscuit babe. Too soon, bro. Too soon. Love Minis, thank you for the donation. The news, and now the news, and now painting. All right, let's show you what we're gonna work on. This is, of course, the creature caster. Warrior Demon. I've got it in several parts. I think we unboxed this last week. So here's the wings. Very similar to the Lady of Corruption. Tons of detail up in here, huh? Check those out. And they got these nice, super strong, long slots that can't be mistaken for each other. So you should definitely not F that one up. And then the model himself. Rawr. You can see, not the best primer job, but it's okay. Just because of the fact that you just need something for the airbrush paints to stick to, right? And where is it? You can also see right here, this white area. That's where I had to use a little gap filler. So, and back here on this undercut of the butt. So you got to watch the butts on these models, because that's where the legs interface. But everything else, I mean, it's slot together. I mean, you can see nice tight seals on each one. Everything's looking fresh. And then even right here, and this is why, well, you're about to see why we did not glue these in, because it's just too close to everything. But you can kind of see right there that it slots in really well. Okay, So I'm not too worried about it not gluing down well. And once we go back and glue it, we'll do some light airbrushing around it to blend it in with whatever is around it. Just a couple of light splurts. So there's that, and there's him. Then we got the horns, and the horns go on an interesting way. They actually go backwards. Wait, they actually go backwards. And again, you can probably see why I left those off. I can paint those myself, and then airbrush them, and get it like a sick fade, and then glue them on, and not have any hassle. So we're gonna paint those separate as well. And then here's the base that we talked about earlier. You can kind of see it in a little bit better detail right there. Need extra putty. Yeah, it was definitely one of their kits, their first kits. So here's the base I made, which is just the normal base. And this is up in the work in progress gallery right now over on Slowfuse's site. So we got this part right here, and then we added in some cork, popped some cork out, glued it down. You can almost see it right here that that's cork. Glued that down using super glue, then came in with some pumice, some Vallejo pumice over top of it. And the pumice had different grits in it and things. Cat litter is actually a great, bigger, thicker grit that works in great for stuff like this. So let me show you that. I have a little go box right here of terrain converting things. So we just added a little bit of cork bits. I already had a bunch snapped off, but you can keep your big pieces too. Just there's no need to throw them away. Just keep them, throw them in a box, and use them when you need them. And then this is the Vallejo pumice right here. And you want to be careful when you open this up that I'm gonna open up square. So when you open it up, that you don't get stuff down in the cracks, because it's going to prevent, see where it hardened over there? That's going to prevent a good seal. But you can see all that grit in there. I actually added a lot more grit myself, just to make it a little bit more grittier. And then you want to press down on it so you get a really good seal and seal this back up, because it will dry out over time. And with all the grit and everything, it gets in there and it's super annoying. But I think for the most part, that one's good. So that's how we made the base. There's some work in progress pics over on the gallery. Exclamation point gallery. We'll go over there. Post up your pics. Strength 10 Gaming. What do you feel will be the most difficult part technique to paint this model? I think just the colors, really, because there's some interesting areas here. So you've got the skin, right? And then you've got this like organic armor stuff, which are almost looks bony, right? That's like a skull. But I'm not gonna paint it like bone, because we just don't want bone everywhere when there's little tips that are probably gonna be bone. Or maybe some sort of bone detail. Obviously the mouth is gonna have some bone detail. These little protrusions, the toes are gonna be bone. I'm thinking that these are gonna be bone. We'll probably airbrush those. I'm not too worried about these being bone. That just seems like overkill to me. But maybe we'll do these red. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I want to see how this looks with the contrast. And then these will definitely be bone for the most part. So I think really it's just keeping the colors from clashing or overwhelming with each other, really. Okay, so first off, we're gonna bring it up a bit, and to do that we're gonna use kind of a neutral color for both of these. Both of the colors we're gonna use. So I'm gonna grab some Althan Gray, which is...
What the f is the internet?
The internet is a communications tool used the world over where people can come together to bitch about movies and share pornography with one another.
Jace Wolf, thank you for the resub. Enjoy those cat naps. Yep, this is the Warrior Demon from Creature Caster. So I'm using this because it's got a little bit of blue, and not too much blue in it, and we're gonna do some like blue blacks, I'm thinking. over here. So this is going to bring it up and look good for both the red and also the blues here. Well, we're not going to start. We're not going to go straight red over this. Tim the Great says, just got a new longer folding card table for your hobby needs. There you go. Set up that Beats Lab. Kate, can you see this? Can you see this? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. We're painting up the Creature Caster Warrior Demon. Dun dun dun. As soon as I get a paper towel. Alright. Make sure that brush is clean. So we're going to load up our airbrush with this paint pot because none of this is designed well. Normally, you know what? I'm just going to add a drop of Flow Improver. These G-Dub airbrush paints are notoriously thin. I almost wonder how much actual paint is in these. But I just don't want it to get too watery on us there. Give it a little backflow. Looks like it's coming out good. We are good to go. All right, move these wings. Exclamation point gallery. Get your work in progress miniatures, Beats Labs, Eats Labs uploaded. Now, let me check this. So we're gonna turn this. So that's all the way up. Well, we're gonna turn it about a quarter way down, just to get some good pressure going. Okay. So I think we're gonna start at the top, work our way down, get some good ideas about. This will kind of give us some ideas of where we're going to have red detail or just detail in general, because right now this is a very busy model and it'd be good to have a little bit of shade on it just to kind of get an idea of where things might be ending up, you know what I mean? Sometimes you could do the same effect with a little bit of dry brushing, like a gray dry brush or something like that. And that would do the same thing. That would give you a great idea of where the lines are, where anything is that you need to highlight or pay attention to, I guess. There you can kind of see some of the higher up areas. Now I'm kind of breaking the plane, like I'm not just going straight down. I'm just getting in there and just trying to give it a little bit of, just a little bit of paint, just kind of see where we're going. Piano-matic, thank you for the follow as well.
I drink and I know things.
It's mostly I drink and I make things up as I go. I feel like that's a little bit more accurate. Now all these striation areas and things, we'll be getting that later with some washes and stuff. Some glazes, some washes. Man, I don't know what it is about G-Dub's paints, but they are a pain sometimes. Okay. And we're just working our way down the model, just getting an idea where things are, really. A little bit of splatter. It's definitely pushing back a little bit. Forgot to clean the tip off. There we go. Just trying to build up some highlights or where light would naturally hit it, stuff like that. Man, I'll tell you what. I really do dislike G-Dub's airbrush paints sometimes. I didn't know why I continue to use them when they are so frustrating for me sometimes. Let's add a little bit more flow improver. This is just going to get a little watery, which was kind of what I was trying to avoid, but you can always get your buster brush down in here, mix it all up. Flow improver. Just a fine line when you're working with these that isn't the same as working with an airbrush paint from like Vallejo or something. These,
thank God for them internets.
It's just very weird. Like everyone almost is different. Every pot almost has this different like, hey, I'm gonna work now point. Which is a little bit challenging. Just blowing a bunch of this gunk out. Alright, I think we're through it there. Alright, let's try it again. So like I said, right where the light's gonna catch some things, we want to make sure we get it, but we also just want to highlight just in general, just to get a better idea where things are over this black miniature and set things up for our reds and our blue or grays. And of course, now demon nails and like bone is always a little different. Like it ends in black, whereas you would think it would end in a brighter color, but generally you see that's how they paint demon toes and such. So you can also try to, or demon nails, demon bone, bony protrusions and such. Seems like the extra flow improver, we just hit like that sweet spot of where it's like, okay, I'm gonna work. G-Dub paints are very finicky. It's almost better, I think, to start out airbrushing using something different. You're not wrong. Just doing some reverse fades and such. Pretty easy stuff there. So that's about half the model done now. And we'll flip it over and start on this side. Trying to not rub off any of the paint at this point. Starting to dry up again. I think maybe what the problem is with the G-Dub paints is that they're so freaking thin that they just dry out. They're just like, nah, we're just gonna dry now. But I really like this. I really like this Ulthan gray for this project. So kind of just dealing the butt. Get down underneath there, you can see more of where we had to patch it. Almost there. Make sure we hit the top of all that right there. right? Some of this down here. And just working it back up. From the bottom. I'm not sure. That's probably not going to be demon bone, so I don't think it's going to be a problem that it's highlighted on the end. Traditionally, like I said, that would be dark. Ooh, this whole side. Something like that. Coming Darkness wants to know, how is the quality on these creature casters? I've had my eye on Nurgle guys, especially the giant one that is new. Oh, the Glutton Demon. The quality, this guy's one of the first ones they did. For the most part, I mean, you can see it's got a lot of detail, but the stuff they're coming out with nowadays, like the Lady of Corruption and the Glutton Demon, have more detail. I don't know how they packed in more detail. Maybe it's what they're doing, producing it and stuff. Couldn't tell you, but they definitely have more detail on the stuff that's coming out. Not that this is a subpar level of detail, because it's not. This is something I would expect if I paid, you know, $80, $90 from Games Workshop or whatever. So I don't feel like the quality is not here, to answer your question. I mean, just look at the face. Like, is that coming through okay? Yeah, it looks like it is. You want to always make sure you get... Everybody looks at the eyes. That's like the focal point, right? Eyes are the windows to the soul. That's probably why I'm tired all the time. Have a tired soul. And we're just going to get that vertebrae all the way down.
That's what I do.
Maybe the back of the hand.
Drink.
Talk to the hand. Yep, it's starting to splatter. Starting to dry out in the pot. Just gotta be careful. Stuff like that'll just come out in the wash and just look like rando effects, so I'm not gonna get butthurt over it. Literally comes out in the wash. The paint wash. Okay. So there's that duder. We did. Let's get this area right here. Okay. I feel like this is good. So we're gonna set that down gently. Clean out this brush. Or add a little bit more flow improver and hit the wings, I suppose. Because I think we're going to carry the reds up into the wing itself and then do like a gray, like a US gray. So my gut's telling me. Maybe I ate something bad, I don't know. So we're not going to worry about the membrane and stuff. We're just going to worry about the cracks and where the skin would be itself. Even if we decide to paint this all the same color, but I think we should probably go with like a dark black gray. This will definitely be a reddish, I want to say. kind of coming up, doing all this. And more Batwing. Gave him the Batwing. Tim the Great. Wait, Coming Darkness. Are these gaps that need to be taken care of? Yeah, there was some gaps, Coming Darkness. But are you familiar with Vallejo plastic putty? It's a magical product from Vallejo that that's probably, you use it similar to green stuff or liquid green stuff, but it works 100 times better. Like, there's no shrinkage. It dries very hard. You can work with it. It's more of a putty, like a tack. It's great stuff. Alright, so there's our first wing. Set this down. Oh, he's talking about the Glutton Demon? The Glutton Demon, it's big. I think folks generally have an issue with the 1 foot on the base, is what we've seen. But it's not off-putting. You know, you can just rubber band it down and just have it glue on. But for the most part, you are gonna have to fill some random gaps with these models. It's just kind of part of the hobby. You can't really get around it. Let's get the edge here. There we go. And now we're just going to go along these stems. Very easy. Remember, this is airbrush paint. It's pretty opaque, so it's going to soak in. It's going to disappear. Just give it 2 quick coats as a little bit of a pre-shade. A little bit of splatter. And the arm itself. Seems good. I like it. Oh, we didn't get over here. What are we doing? Okay. So there is our pre-shade now. I'm gonna rinse this brush out and a bunch back to this Ulthan. So don't really care if it's a little thinned down. Over time, that'll be fine. And I'll zoom out and show you how this works. So this is our buster bin here. Just gonna hit it with a little gooseneck water action. Give it a quick back flush to get all those particulates out. And then use
is the internet?
The internet is a communications tool used the world over where people can come together to bitch about movies and share pornography with one another.
Literally what happened. Warchild, thank you for the resub. 7 months. Wow. We're gonna be up on that. That's so amazing. Thank you for watching for that long. We're gonna be up on 9 months here soon, I think. Let's see, 9. I don't think it's this month. I think it'll be next month. Oh, maybe it is this month. Wait, is this our 9th month? This is literally our 9th month stream right now because I think we started the week of my birthday in December. So this would be exactly our 9-month anniversary. This is our baby stream. Babies. Babies. Babies having babies. Love it. So 3 more months to go. Wait, is that right? Let's see, August to September to October. No, I don't think that. I think it's one more. I think it's one more.
Professor Ghostiness is a liar. What? Clown.
Strong words. How do you respond to that?
Back to you, Tim D. Great 21.
Aw, snap. Elric's Hobbies is calling you out, Tim the Great. But he's got his eye on that Ultramarine. Hey, is anybody going to Gen Con next weekend? Just wondering out of curiosity. Jay's birthday will be cake? Doubt it. Maybe cupcakes. Love me cupcakes. So that'll be December though. So maybe we're a month off. Wouldn't it have to be, if it was December to December, yeah, it would be September. So this is our 8th. This is literally our 8th month, I think. I don't know. So I'm gonna check my math on that. I'm not a mathologist. I don't know how numbers work. Okay, so there's our pre-shades. Let's take a break real quick. Give that a little bit more time to soak in. Not that it doesn't have enough time to soak. I want it to have just a little extra. Just a little extra. Still on morning. That's not true. I know what you're doing that weekend. It has nothing to do with me. Tim the Great. Nova. Yeah. I'm not sure what's going on with Nova yet. Still trying to piece that one together because it looks like there's a lot of things lining up. So I'm not sure what the plan is for Nova. But it's still 3 weeks away, so anything could happen. But my gut's telling me that we're going to see a bunch of Nurgle stuff that weekend, which means lots of work for me. Gren says, I'm going to sit at home and cry about not going to Gen Con if that's what you're asking. Don't sit at home and cry. Oh, there's plenty of stuff. Alright, let's go take a look at the gallery, see what's over here. Exclamation point gallery. Upload what you're working on. Beat slabs, eat slabs. 2 weeks, it's 2 weeks away, there you go. Tim the Great, I'm not sure what's going on yet. Alright, here we go. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, when's it start? The 30th? Oh, it is 2 weeks out. Alright, so here's the gallery over on Slowfuse's site. Alright, here's the base. Here's the base montage I was talking about. So here's the first. We took that 100mm base. We just slapped the resin down on it. Tim the Great, I don't want to make you mad, man. Don't be mad. I go make my house. Ooh. Better not. Better clean that up. Don't want bugs. Is there anything big between Nova and LVO? Is that pretty much the season? Let's see. Nova and LVO. Nova and LVO. Oh, there's a couple of things. There's like, I'm not sure on the West Coast, but on the East Coast, there's a bunch of stuff. There's like...
New player to the game. Enjoy seeing your Facebook feed for news. Keep up the good work.
Oh, Kyle, right. Thanks for the donation, man. Super appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. I think... Yep, you are the top donator now. Coming in clutch. Glad you like what we do here. Make sure you follow us. Keep up with everything we're doing on here. All sorts of commands and things. I think exclamation point CMD will get you all the commands. You can figure out what's happening here. John Bingham, new place is awesome. It's just kind of still in the process of unpacking, as you can imagine, but definitely settling right in. And of course, we're gonna try to have a little bit here. We're gonna try to have a little bit different setup here for next week. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Well, we're going a little bit higher with things in the background, and then you'll be able to see some display cases filled with miniatures, kind of that way. And I'll be pointed this way when I'm painting, just because the lighting's a little better, and it'll be easier to kind of move around in here. All my plans went out the window once I started setting things up. I was like, but I should have done it the other way, but it is what it is there. So this is how the base started. That's the creature caster base that we're working on right now. And then we added a little bit of cork, dead cork, glued it down. Is the commute better for work? Yeah, sometimes I hit a little cat traffic. And then we added a couple layers of that Vallejo pumice. And there you can see the extra grit I added to it as well, right? And as it started drying, you can see the effect. So pretty much on the outsides where it was getting crusty right there, that is what it looks like when it's dry. And then, of course, we primered it. So, yep, that cork life. It fits in great with the little slate cliff pieces, right? Alright, let's look at you guys' stuff. So we got Dreadknight. It's got the dead Space Marine on his flight stand, face down. Yeah, Scotty knows it doesn't always work, but definitely fit in here. Liz Gray, Kyle Wright, new to the stream. Did it not update him? Let's see. I think it should have. Kyle Wright, did you follow the stream? Oh, KJ Wright 88. There you go. Oh, okay, so you use your name. So yeah, I see what happened. So just so you know, Kyle, right, when you donate, you might want to use log in and use your Twitch username, so that way you get perks for donating. So that way it's assigned, you know, Streamlabs keeps track of it all if you use your there you go. Yeah, it's like a whole system of things that really aren't meant to work together. that streamers kind of string everything together. So as long as you always log in, always use everything normal that you would use on Twitch with like Streamlabs or whatever, and it should track everything just fine. But we can add it to you manually, so it's no big deal. Liz Gray can take care of it. No worries there. So Dreadknight, I like this base. It looks like you got a dead space wolf there. It's unfortunate. For the Sons of Rust. Now, are you gonna paint the grit? You gonna work it up, or is it done here? I mean, either way, it would look fine, of course. I'm just wondering if that was all you were gonna do on it. Ooh, Dreadknight with the fresh Fire Raptor. Ready to go with them auto cannons. I can't tell what chapter this is. Oh, that's the top of it. Okay. But that blue is pretty solid. Like I love that blue and that silver gold almost. That really works well together. And of course the silver accents obviously make it pop. Why you gotta be hating on the wolf? I'm not hating on the wolfing. There's a dead wolfing on the base. I'm just calling a spade a spade.
In 3, 2, 1.
Is this a 5 o'clock free crack giveaway?
I know Tim D Great 21 is just waiting to drop D cash to become the big D. Smile.
Elric, why wouldn't you want to be the big D? Thanks for the donation, man. I think that puts you in the lead there. So just so you know, Kyle Wright, if you do want to try to be the top donator tonight, you need to keep using the same name now, I think. So that way it triggers and it keeps track. So whatever you did the first time, you just keep doing that for this stream. Yeah, I already called out Tim. Is this Ultramarines? I can't tell. I mean, I like it either way. I like this. Yeah, I like this. It's blue. This blue's fresh. It's different. I like it. What the? Oh. Reaper Bones Pathfinder Troll conversion into Demon Princes. That's interesting. Okay, I see the plates on the side. Nice. I think it'll go by his payment option and not his name. I don't know how this stuff works anymore. All I know is there's been all these updates. Like, I've already got another update on to push through. I logged in this morning. I updated everything. Tried it yesterday. It all worked. I logged in this morning, and Streamlabs already had another update, and it was like, well, this is happening. I was like, yep, sure is. Nothing I can do about it. Why'd you even tell me? You might as well have just done it and not even told me. But and Deepbot's got another update, so I'm sure everything will just break soon. If it breaks, don't worry. We'll be right here. We'll be right back.
You gotta give me a ride. I'm way too big to drive to the devil's house.
Drive, monkey, drive!
Now back up, put the gun down, and get me a pack of tropical fruit Bubblicious. And some Skittles. Robbie B named that movie.
I mean, I feel like it was the best movie to come out of the 90s, quite possibly. I almost feel like the year was 1994, maybe 95. And the movie was Bad Boys, the first one. Tim the Great, thanks for the donation. And Artemis Quinn, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. We're doing some work in progress gallery stuff here. Sabat, I like these. I like the flesh color. I like the blue you got going. Obviously, a little zinchy zinch with them crazy horns. Digging it. Oh yeah, better shot of the flesh. More flesh. Even more flesh. That's a lot. A lot of angles. A lot of close-ups. A lot of bone detail like that. Yeah, that works. I didn't realize that dude had two hands. It's crazy. Trying to figure out which blues you used for this. Was this Ulthan? I feel like it's Ulthan. Wow, you put a bunch in there. Let me know what colors you used on that blue. Was that like Ulthan and stuff? More of the resin rocks used for bases. Wait, this looks like a Dreadknight base. What are you putting on this? Are those like shale pieces or is that bark? Oh, resin rocks, okay. Nice. Very cool. Oh, here's one. I got teased with this morning. And the entire Mac's like, hey, I finished it. I was like, cool, let me see it. He's like, nah, you gotta see it tonight. And I was like, ugh, I got trolled. Troll. Yeah, that yellow turned out good, dude. Check that out. Look at that sweet contrast. And you even went around the little explosion mark on the tower there, too. Very cool. That definitely gave it the added layer of definition that I think it was missing. What yellow did you end up going back? It looks like there's two yellows in there. I almost feel like there's two yellows in there. Very cool. That looks great, dude. I hope you're proud. That will look awesome on the back of a Deathwing. What we got here? Nanomaza Bargain Bin Reclamation Project. Metal Terminators. Wow. I haven't seen those in years. Oh, so you... Oh, okay. You stripped them and you're priming them. This is the start. I gotcha. Is that a Captain Invictus conversion? I don't remember that Space Marine Captain on the left having a... Oh, that's a Stormbolter. Okay, yep. I see it. Nice. And they're on 40 mils even. I know when the models came out, they were not on 40 mils. Awesome. Keep checking in with those. Oh, here's a beat slab. Check it out. Dorn Jr. getting ready to start on a Dreadknight. Oh, you got the paint flippy thing. The what are those things called? The turntables. Nice. Lots and lots of light. Lots of storage. So much room for activities. Look at this. I don't know what that rug is on the bottom. Is that a snake? I hope it's not a snake. It could be a ghost snake. Scotty No says, I'm 100% Elric's bases until he starts sucking at making bases, which will never be. So I'm stuck giving him money. Lazy Susan. There you go, James Staystall. Thank you. Paint flippy thing. It's a technical term. It's the paint flippy thing. I heard through the grapevine that there's new Elric's Hobbies bases coming out here soon. I don't know who might have told me that, but that's the word on the street. You have to get Scotty Knows as your suck or not suck consultant. Dorn Jr. $19 IKEA closeout rug. Oh, I'm jealous now. I don't think I've ever spent that low amount of money at IKEA ever in the history of ever. I actually have to go back at some point and do some exchanges. I picked up some furniture and some. Oh, we should do a segment where. Oh, I guess when I set. Oh, yeah. So when we get the stuff set up, because a lot of it's from IKEA. When we get the backdrop set up, there's some little drawer pulley thingies. I don't know what those are called. Maybe drawers, pulley thingies, whatever. And we get that all set up. That there's a lot of cool, affordable things that could really help the hobby there. That we'll go over. Those tables are $39 each. Are those IKEA ones? How sturdy are those? That's the thing when you're a hobby and you want something really sturdy, because if you try to get down on that mat, try to like cut into something, like get your saw on or something, and like your table's shaking, and then like your models are falling over, your cats are like jumping down and going all crazy. You don't want none of that. Was that a dead body line? I know, I was like, what is that? It's kind of a little creepy. Not 100% creepy, just 50% creepy. Where is it? Oh my gosh. I lost the gallery. The gallery is gone. Did I? Oh, there it is. Okay. And we're back. That movie outline was the least. Oh, okay. Sweet. I'll have to check those out. Daylight bulbs. Heck yeah. What's the name of those IKEA tables, Dorn Jr.? Like, what's the... You know how they have, like, the brand? Killing time painting. Eat slab and beat slab. Work at work custodies 95% done. Yo, you got some barbecue, bro? What's up? Let's talk about this barbecue. Like, is this a sweet barbecue? Is it like sweet heat? What are we doing here? Give me something. I'm getting hungry. I'm hungry, and I'm jealous you're painting custodies. Looking good, dude. Oh, here's the combo. Dreadknight. Oh, it's Zinch. Oh. The fickle, fickle powers of chaos have revealed themselves. I swear to God, those decals were not on there like 5 minutes ago. I probably would have noticed. I'm not a decal expert, but I feel like I would have noticed yellow Zinchi decals. That might explain why there is, and I'm sorry, this is going to offend some people in stream, a dead Space Marine. A dead Space Wolf on the base. I'm sorry, I said it. It had to be said. I'm just addressing the 800-pound elephant in the room. It's triggered. I need my hobby safe space. Yo, this is looking fresh, Dreadknight. I can't wait to see the rest of your army, man. Like, This is a solid blue. Tell us your secrets. We must know. This is like everything I imagine Thousand Suns being, without the crazy yellows people like to do sometimes. And sometimes they're done tastefully, but sometimes it's just like, whoa, too much yellow, bro. Backwater terrain, bro. Sky pirate done. Look at that guy. He's got mustache guns. I mustache you. There's an animated Starship Troopers movie coming out. How do I not know these things? That sounds pretty fresh. I never realized how much detail was on this guy until you see an extreme close-up of his mustache guns. I mean, I suspected, but I didn't know. This is cool. This looks good. Yeah, this is great contrast. The golds work well together. The reds play off it. The metal's the right color. It's kind of hard to see in the shadows, so I can't really tell what the contrast we're looking like. But I'm 4 out of 5 spiky bits on this one. You're gonna miss the stream, Tim the Great. You can't miss the stream. Oh, because of the Starship Troopers movie. Well, I mean, you know, we like to stream just about every Monday when the internet allows it. So I feel like you're allowed to miss a stream every now and then. It isn't every day a Starship Troopers movie comes out on animation. Now, if you turn your head to the left, you will see what Backwater Terrain affectionately calls balloon peeps. It's a one-night limited engagement event. I don't know why it's sideways. I'm not a landscape expert. This is Slowfuse's fault, but he's not here. We can't blame him. But yeah, your balloon peeps looking just as good as your super big balloon peeper. Can't wait to see the rest of your army there. Got some Duke with his War Machine Sigmar mech. Base the main body, need to paint hammer, get it glossed for washing highlights. Yeah. See, this would be perfect. Use that Guilliman glaze after you get all the metals done. We don't have any metals to work on tonight, but you can probably go back into VODs and look at some of the metal stuff we've done in the past. Some of the washes and things we like to use. Is that a shot glass in the back? I definitely see a shot glass. Oh, speaking of which, we had a cat box, didn't we? I want a shot. Alright, we'll set that up here in a second. What? James Stay Stealth, you're painting? What? What's going on? Look at the fatty. So many tongues. Nice, dude. Good solid contrast with the purple maroon tongues and all of the greens. I'm sure once you give this a wash, it's going to really bring it back. Be able to see even more ridiculous contrast and probably, you know, 10 tongues that you actually missed painting. Yeah, it's looking good, dude. Good job. You can do it. Oh, that's it. That is the gallery. I'm not sure if we'll get back over here. Pretty sure he got all the tongues. There might be a tongue in the b-hole. You should check there. That's where I always look. When it comes to Nurgle, always check the b-hole. Good rule of thumb. Check the b-hole. Alright, let's set up a cat box giveaway since we already blew by. I don't know how you guys let me get away with that one. You checked the b-hole? Okay, still no tongue. Alright. Well, I don't know. Could be one hiding. Could be one hiding. Alright, let's go over here and set this up real quick. Now, this is going to be the first one of the night. Normally I don't like to start these, but we got some painting to do. So I think it's okay. I give us permission. So keyword raffle, of course. If you donate, VIPs get a little bit better of a chance. Just a bump. Just a bump. And I try to update this before the stream. I don't really do it in the middle of the stream. It's very hard to do. I apologize. Alright, keyword cat box. Cat box. And we will start. Exclamation point. Oh, I guess it did cat. Exclamation point cat. Not what I intended. Exclamation point cat. Don't do cat box. It has to be cat. Because reasons. And we'll do it for, I don't know, 25 minutes. We'll go paint something. Exclamation point cat. Should be cat box, but it is cat. Get in on the first cat box giveaway, of course. The cat box giveaway is loaded down. We got a bunch of fantastic things. You can always see exactly what's on the cat box giveaway at the scroller right towards the top of the screen, right above top donator. We've got this bad boy right here. There's one of these on there. We got a $100 hobby mystery box as well. And a bunch of other good stuff. You can see it scrolling by. Okay, so now we're going to do some reds. So starting off. And of course I didn't grab it. We need some umbers.
PC load letter? What does that mean?
So I'm going to try umber. I think that's where we want to be. I think that's our wheelhouse. There we go. There's an umber. Wait, is this an umber? This is an umber. What'd I miss? What'd I miss? Top far.
What does that mean?
Spec Core in Uma Taros. Thank you all for the follows. Welcome to the stream. We're getting ready to paint this crazy warrior demon. He's a ginormous demon of flame and Tolkien-esque bloodthirster-ish awesomeness. It's from creaturecaster.com. It's called the Warrior Demon. And it does have an impressive wingspan, as you can see right here. We did some pre-shading on it. A lot of these areas that we pre-shaded this gray is going to become red at some point. And a lot of this crazy skin and bone detail here is going to maybe be like a cool blue, black blue kind of type deal. So that's what our wheelhouse is. That's what I'm thinking we're going to do. So we're going to grab our airbrush, start getting in there with some of Vallejo's Burnt Umber, which is a great start and also a great cutback color for all of your reds. Now it doesn't do so well over metals, like light metals, and just light stuff in general, so you want to be a little careful with it. But we're gonna add, just gonna add a little bit here. Make sure this is gonna back flush a little bit and get our buster brush out and mix up the reservoir. I am a giant flaming demon of Tolkien. Thank you, JP Gray. Appreciate that. It's the nicest thing you ever said to me. Besides, give me the big blue. JP Gray has an interesting theory about Games Workshop. He was telling me the other day. He was like, you know, Games Workshop's a lot like the movie Speed. If you drop below 45 miles an hour, the whole thing explodes. And I was like, that's probably one of the best analogies I've ever heard for Games Workshop. I had a good chuckle. What do you guys think? Alright, so we got our umber. I'm just going to go in here and do like a little test spray over some of the skin that I've been thinking on. Thinking. Thinking I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Alright, let's get this in focus for you guys. How's that? So that's a nice bright umber, which is going to give us some really nice reds. A little watery, but that's okay. So now, what's really cool about this pre-shade is the pre-shade is going to act as a contrast. Because imagine if all that area was black still, right? It would just, you'd be like, what am I doing? But now it's there, and I know that I'm gonna go in and make like a kind of like a cool, like blue-ish kind of color, like a dark bluish kind of color. Now I know I'm gonna go back in there, so I can kind of imagine it in my mind that that's gonna be blue. Up here, all that's gonna be blue too. So I'm just gonna kind of leave it, kind of fill it in. We're just kind of messing. We're just playing at this point. I don't know exactly where I want to go. I just heard a cat jump down. So I have the cat entertainment system, which is a bird feeder in the ground with a squirrel baffle. I have baffled the squirrels from stealing the food from the birds. But it's right in front of the window. And of course I put my chest of drawers on it, so the cats jump up on the chest of drawers and they go buck on all the birds and try to attack them through the window. Of course, they're not getting it, but hours of fun are had by all. But I just heard the big cat jump down, so maybe she's tired of playing. So right there, that's giving you some. I hope you guys are seeing this. My screen's a little washed out, but what I'm seeing IRL is really a really good transition here, just starting with this burnt umber over the skin, which I think is going to translate into some really fresh reds. Because I almost want the skin to be bright on the level of like lava, but not like super ridiculous, like not cartoony. I'm kind of going realistic with this one. Realistic's kind of not really how my demons are painted, but I imagine we'll just do a giveaway for this. So it's nice to like kind of paint something a different way than what I would normally do, but still like have my take on it, I guess. See, this is weird because you got all this like bone detail mixed in with the what I guess I would consider the flesh. On the front here, and we know the chest is definitely flesh, so that ain't even a thing, but I just feel like that's all gonna be flesh, and up here is gonna be the bone. It's demons, none of this stuff makes sense. That's how I'm gonna explain it to myself. Very similar. Now just working up at the tops, the tips, getting that nice strong. Let me give this a quick back flush. Clean the tip. A little airbrush flow improver. Just kind of reset. I almost feel it starting to go a little sideways on me. There we go. Okay. And we're back. Making sure we hit extra depth on the top right there. Is that a cat? What is that? Oh. It's not a cat. It is a box that has fallen. Okay. Get back in here. There is a keyword raffle open right now. I think it's exclamation cat because I made cat box 2 words. Make sure you enter that if you're just popping by the stream. You do have to be present to win. You have a chance at 3 fantastic prizes. No, 6 fantastic prizes. No, 8 fantastic prizes. One of those numbers. 8 fantastic prizes on the Cat Tub Time Machine. Today, ready for everyone. Now, getting the face is always crucial because it's the focal point. I have to turn this to so you guys can see it. There we go. Very crucial. But I think this is working. Now, I'm probably going to fade this whole area because there's going to be bones. Let's get in a little bit better. Because when we put those horns on there, and we'll fade into the blue, so this whole area is just going to be probably a sort of transition. That's what I'm thinking. Into the wings as well. So I'm going to get down into here, but I'm not going to worry about the top as much. At least that's what I'm envisioning. And over here we got all this bone and everything. That's just gonna contrast out well with the wings and such, which are gonna be attached back onto there. And blow this out real quick. There we go. Okay.
So air. Paint.
You're not lying. I think I got all the areas. Looks like most of the skin. Oh, back there. Got him. Sometimes you just gotta take that extra few seconds. Take a look at things. Think about it. Okay. So there's our... There's our mans. With the first base coat, a nice rich umber. Not to be confused with mahogany. I don't even know what mahogany is. I suspect it might be a made-up color. I'm not sure. I'll have to check the alphabet. Let me put this down over here, off of camera, and we're going to do the same thing. All of these spines are going to be that same color, so this should be relatively quick and painless. I just want to get in there a little tighter, though.
Thank God for them internet.
Not so famous Amos. What's up, man? Welcome back. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope all is well. We're painting up the warrior demon from Creature Caster, just laying down some umbers. Working our way up to red. There we go. I have to hold it. Alright. Get this out of here. Confusing myself on the camera. And that solid edge up there on that top. So it looks like there's a little bit of overspray, which is going to be fine. It'll work its way into whatever color I do that. Probably a gray. I'm thinking a gray. A traditional gray, maybe not a blue gray. Well, I take that back. Maybe, might be a blue gray. A different blue gray. More the muted blue. Okay, so there's the first Batwing with a little bit of overspray from the gray. Not a big deal on the membrane. I probably shouldn't be airbrushing without a mask on, to be quite honest. But I am. Ugh. I can turn this on, but I'm not sure how loud it's going to be. Here, tell me how loud this is. How loud was that? On a scale of 1 that you're killing me, Smalls, what are we talking? Loud enough for cats to hate it? A 6? Can I still talk over it? How about now? Test, 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 test. This is it. This is all of it. This is everything I got. About a 5? Maybe I'll just wear a mask. You can hear me fine? Oh, alright. Here, I'll just do it then. Okay, so going down the spines. Very easy stuff here. Just tracing your lines, just getting that dope base coat down. Safety first. Fun fact, I got my safety merit badge first when I was a Boy Scout. However, the next year at summer camp, I lost. I forever lost the privilege of carrying a knife while I was a Boy Scout because I allegedly tried to stab one of the other scouts that tried to steal my ice cream. He was bigger than me. I had no choice. But I think to this day I'm not allowed to have a knife if I was a Boy Scout. For whatever reasons. You gotta defend your ice cream. Wasn't just an ice cream. It was one of them strawberry shortcake crumble, like, sickles. Oh man, those things were the best. I was such a fat kid back then. What is it, Kevra? You need to hire a health and safety cat to promote one of the three. Yeah, I didn't play back then. You never come at my ice cream. I had to work hard to get that ice cream. That was like $2, man. Just came at me wrong, bro. Alright, there's our spines on that one. Yo. Alright, I'm done. I'm done. Stop talking. Stop talking. Okay. The one with the pink crumbles? The shortcake? Never take a man's shortcake. Everybody knows chocolate fudge is for fools. It's all about that shortcake game. Alright, we're just gonna blow this out. What time we got here? So we got about 20 minutes left in the stream. Plenty of time. We could take this up another color. I guess I don't really need to blow this all out then.
PC load letter? What does that mean?
What does that mean? Wacky Atheist, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream.
Load letter? What does that mean?
And Cam Langdon? Thank you for the follow as well. The entire Mac. No, I like it. I asked what yellows you use, because it looked like you used two different yellows, like maybe like a Uriel and a Flash Gits or something. Looks like it was based on top of something. Make sure the inside of this pot's clean. I don't want no Klingons getting in there. Alright, we're good. We got no Klingons. Alright, so step one in our plans of... do I want to use G-Dub paints? Rats. Could use Sanguine. Could use Mephiston. Let's see. We got Sanguine, which I think...
I'm a bad boy. Bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come?
Tim.
You guys are cute, Elric. I like how you're taunting him. I don't know. Let me think on this red. I think I want to go Fiston. I don't think I want to go Sanguine. I think it's going to take too long to work up. I think this will do just fine. Give me a 5 minute on that one. Let's take a look at... Let's go over here to what the very first Big Baller mystery box will go out with. Where is it? Oh, here it is. So this is the Modern Warfare set from GameMat.eu. So the first one of these, or the first box that somebody redeems this month, will have one of these Modern Warfare sets in it. Right on top, like it'll be extra, and it'll ship from Europe. So you'll see two different boxes come in. So not only will you get the $150 value. Khador Red. Do I want to do Khador Red? Not only will you get the $150 value for your catnaps, you will also get this on top of it from our friends over at GameMat.eu. Now this is a cool little set. It's got some bunkers. And this provides, it probably comes up to the lower greaves of a Space Marine. Like, it's a little shallow, but it definitely works with the way the new 8th edition rules are. And this is, you know, 100% for the most part, except for like the head. You can see the firing slots right there. That's where you can stick a bolter through, basically. That's like your bolter level. There's another bunker picture, more bunker pictures, barriers. Hey, I know that picture. All right, looks like they borrowed a picture from my my unboxing video. That's cool. So there you can see I got the Iron Warriors Rhino behind it, and one of the troopers right there.
Did you say Jay and Silent Bob are quote fucking clown shoes? Yeah. Really?
Rickaville.
I think he noticed, Elric. I think he noticed. Tim the Great. I think that puts you in the lead. Dun dun dun. But yeah, this is a cool little set, especially for 8th edition. You can see a little Rhino, epic Rhino hiding out behind that one right there. And I believe that's 10mm. So it gives you an idea of the actual scale. Hey. Wonder where that is. Some Halo. Nice. But yeah, you can you get the idea. Lots of cool stuff in there. Neat little set. Ships out of Europe, $72. That will be on top of the $150 Big Baller Mystery Crate. Whoever redeems it first will get this. Okay.
Yeah, I want cheesy poofs.
Well, yeah, I want cheesy poofs. Zod, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Keyword raffle closed. All right, let's go do that. We got 15 minutes left. Might do some more painting. So here it is. Total entries 49. You know who you are. All up in the mix. All right, let's draw somebody. Now you have to be here to win this. 2 minutes on the clock. After we draw a winner. Here we go. Kators. 2% chance to win. Hype them up.
Yeah, I want cheesy poofs. Yeah, I want cheesy poofs.
Hello, Holly and Sando Marizi? Sandro. Welcome to the stream. Who called it? Kators called it? Uh-oh. Kators, are you here? I like the combination of pants emojis and hype emojis going off right now. Uh-oh. I hope Kators is here. That will not be any good. I think the timer's going. We got a minute left. 1 minute left. Womp womp. Who was it the other day? Was it Echo-based Artisans? Barely scooted in on time. I don't know. I don't know where Kators is. Kators ain't here. Sad trombone. Womp womp. What's my prize list? There we go. 12 seconds left. It looks like 10 seconds left now. Oh, about to be a redo. Makeshift surgeon. Yeah, you're not wrong. All right, let's draw another one. Sorry, Kators. How about backwater terrain? Is there a backwater terrain in the house? Calling Mr. Backwater Terrain. Of course, everybody got up and walked away. Oh, but not backwater. Your diligence paid off today. Kev Rob says you're not here. You should get a bone to pick with him later. Alright, let's go over and get you something nice. Something shiny. Drago, I think I said we're doing this. I don't know. I did not issue specific invitations to everyone to get off the toilet. Maybe that was my fault. Alright, here is the cat tub time machine. 8 prizes on this thing. Let's see what you're gonna get. Backwater. Here we go. Oh no, Catalaris. Oh, brutal, dude. We waited for you. I'm sorry. Alright, backwater. You want to go with the iron armor, or do you want to reactivate the cat tub for 200 cat naps? It was epic, Cataurus. We were all pulling for you. We didn't know where you went. Yeah, you actually won it, but you weren't here. We waited. I know, right? It's brutal. I'm sorry, man. I know you've won before. Oh, you want to reactivate backwater? Alright. Here we go. Liz Gray will get your cat naps. She'll collect your cat naps. Don't be sad. There's always more. There's always room for more. There might be another one. We only got, what? $28? $28? Somebody check my math. $18? He said reroll, Liz Gray. What is a Primaris? Oh, a Primaris? A Primaris? Primaris. That is somebody that misspelled Primaris. There we go. Backwater. How do you feel about a Nurgle bloat drone and a character? A random Nurgle character from Dark Imperium. What say ye? Yep. Gotta get that scratcher. Reroll. Uh-oh, we're going extra innings on these. Extra innings. I think Backwater's got it. He's like, I'm gonna get what I want, or something mostly. There we go. Something mostly compatible with what I want. Ooh, this is the never actually seen Primaris Interceptor Squad. No, actually, it's the Primaris Interceptor Squad. That's the 3-man super fatty jump squad. What say you? Want to stay with that? That'll work? Alright. Fair enough. Thanks for playing. Message me your real people name, real people address, even though I know your real people name. And I probably know your real people address, but I need it again for my records. The cats forget things. I don't. Backwater. Backwater terrain. Congratulations. Hub them up one more time. Get your fire off me. Alright, 6 minutes left till top donator counts down. I don't feel like there's enough time to paint now. That's okay. That's okay. We got other stuff to talk about. What other stuff can we talk about? Well, let's see. So we can do a quick recap. Let's recap it. Recap. All right. So here's the recap from I don't know, last 2 weeks. So we finished up all of the Deathguard Krieg stuff. We went in and dabbed. Where's my dabs? I had them here. Where'd they go? Just them? Nope. Did I throw them away? Did I secretly throw them away when no one was looking? Yep, I guess so. Well, we sponged on all of the browns and things all across here.
Did you say Jay and Silent Bob are quote fucking clown shoes?
Yeah.
Really?
Catbox that shit.
Oh, there it is. This is happening. We laid down 2 coats of glaze on these prosecutor wings, which you can see definitely is shiny because it is wax. A lot more contrast, a lot more definition than just airbrush ones at the bottom. These will be getting glued on the these prosecutor mans right here that we've been working on off and on, doing all the detail work. Our buddy Primeval traded us this base coated army for some Darth Vader rookie cards. Yeah, I feel like these wings really popped. And what was cool about these wings is I went back and all I did was I faded it out. It's the same color. It's that Cantor blue. So I hit a base coat around here. There was already a base coat, but I kind of filled it in and kind of strengthened it. But then I just like pulled it back and faded it back. And because it's white, it just faded out over the white. It's kind of like a happy accident. But yeah, I feel like it definitely looks better with the glaze applied to it than not. But I gotta go in and do the metals now. Hopefully we'll get that done for a big giveaway. Big Age of Sigmar giveaway with the General's Handbook coming out. And then we did this fatty here. We did our pre-shade with Althin Gray. And then the parts that are going to be red hot liquid magma, but not quite the hotness. Magma that isn't quite that hot is going to be, all this area is going to be a red of some sort. Not exactly sure yet, kind of brainstorming it. This is going to be a cool blue, but more of a dark, like a dark cool blue with like lots of like almost like a coal, like a very like a brooding dark kind of rock kind of type deal. That's what I'm envisioning it. And then we did the base, which you saw in the work in progress gallery. This is it with the base coat, and this is going to be a completely different everything. This will probably be straight worked up grays, maybe a brown for the base. I'm gonna not do lava. I think we're just gonna stay conventional, just so it's a piece that anybody can use with anything instead of having lava and stuff. Lava can be a tutorial for another day. All right, let's set this up. So what do we do? While you guys a shot, and I forgot to take one earlier, so we're gonna handle that Ricky tick while the rest of the stuff is happening. The cats have abandoned us. They don't like their bed. They don't like their crinkle. No, we're probably done with the gallery because we're about out of time here. So let me set up the second cat box. We got about 2 minutes left.
Load letter. What does that mean?
Till top donator is done. Yeah, boy, 96. Thank you for the follow. All right, let's reset this. Let's go 3 minutes? Question mark. I feel like 3 minutes is a good amount of minutes. Nope. Actually, we got 2 minutes left on the top donator. Let's just let that run through and I don't know, do it after that. I don't want too many things colliding here in the never cross the streams. I heard it in a movie once. It seemed important and relevant. But we can take a shot in 2 minutes. I know that's right. We don't need no excuse there. It's a double shot, Kevrob. You trying to kill me? It's late at night. I'm an old person. This is my custom show me your kitties shot glass. Of course you can't see it because my finger's over it. Forgot to bring the hairballs in here too. Alright, note to self. Bring all the liquors in here so we can make the pirate juice, the bear juice, and the cactus juice all together in one delicious concoction. It's like bacon. It's like pork, you know. It's just so many things, so many delicious meats from the same animal, so many delicious liquors in the same shot. It's so amazing. Here we go. So good. 14 never go on the train during a draw. Yeah, I agree. You never know when you're gonna go in that tunnel or something. Juice orgy. It's a delicious melting of flavors in my mouth. Now, just so you know, if Alrix or Tim the Great gets all crazy, we got the sniper protection up here. I reset it to 2 minutes, so this little thing, this little floaty numbers in space, which normally is docked right up here. Once this, along with the top D counter, is at 0, then we have a winner. But until then, there is no winner for top D. Oh, the compressor did scare them off. They hate the compressor. Those poor cats. I guess I need to clean that out. How good did I clean it out? Ugh, I gotta clean it out.
Does internet porn know you're cheating on it?
And there it is, Elric. You have claimed the top spot. This fantastic painted ultramarine Captain, hype him up. Captain miniature painted by Den of Imagination with the magnetized base, all that sick scroll work, NMM awesomeness. This model is literally amazing. Thank you so much, everybody that donated tonight. All right, let's do this cat box and get on out of here. Go find somebody to host, to raid. Yeah, you got the top donator, man. All right, here we go. Cators, don't get in any trains. You don't want that. All right, this time it's actually cat box. Okay, we'll just make it cat, so it's easier to input if you happen to be on a train. We're gonna go 2 minutes, starting now. All right, exclamation point cat will get you in on the new keyword raffle. There we go. You're home now? Okay. All right. Well, I was trying to help. All right, starting up the timer. Here we go. Dropping down. So we still got, what do we still got on here? Well, we don't have the parameters interceptor squad, wherever that is gone. So we got 7 things in here. I'm going to shuffle the deck. It's ready. It's ready for somebody. Definitely ready for somebody. There it is. Can I take my dot glove off now? Well, I gotta clean my airbrush. I guess I could, theoretically. Theoretically, I could definitely do that. Yeah, the cats don't like airbrush. They're like, nah, dog. That ain't me. Hunter Musgrove, what's happening? Cators, I think the first thing was the Primaris Inceptor squad. Backwater won that one. Well, we almost got to our sub goal tonight. 20 new subs. 50 follows. So no bonus catnaps this time around. Unfortunately, maybe next week. Oh, Hunter Musgrove, you joined the long walk. Cool. Super appreciate it, man. There's a bunch of discount codes and things in there, and all the early access videos and Well, Cators, he had to burn like 400 catnaps to get it. Exclamation point cat. Enter the keyword raffle right now. It's closing in 10 seconds. Then we're going to go host somebody. / raid. Mostly cat raid. 32 viewers entered. So many people. Alright, here you go. This is everybody that's entered. You know who you are. Come on back. We're about to draw a winner. You got to be here for this one. Alright, here we go. Drawing a winner. Camo Specs Online. Are you here? Are you in the bathroom? Tim's great. Sorry to hear that. It might be busy. I don't know. I would just say, judging by the amount of emails I get every day, I miss emails, like straight up. If you send me an email, I might miss it. So just send it again. If not, let me know. Also, if we're not friends on Facebook, we should be. You should look me up, Rob Bear. It's spelled the unconventional way. B-A-E-R. Camo Specs Online, thank you for not pooping. I appreciate that. I too am not pooping. Shocker. Alright, let's do this. You know how it works. I know you are a veteran of the stream. Alright, here we go. Am I muted? I feel like I'm hoping I'm not muted. Well, either way, you will see the spinning. If I am muted, just blink once for if you want to keep. Ooh, so close. If I didn't know any better, I would say that shit was rigged. Kidding. Mark III Iron Armor. What do you say, Camo Specs? Kev Rob, you're lying to me. Why would you do that? Rigged. I always swear like the Wheel of Fortune wheels like rigged. They're like, oh, that guy's doing well. They got like magnets underneath it. They're like bankrupt. Like, oof. Gotta keep it? Okay. Alright, Camo Specs. Mark III. Messenger real people name? Real people. Shipping address, and we'll get that out to you this week-ish. I always say ish, because it pretty much is. Ish. Iron Armor. Last week's stuff is all out in the mail. Be looking for that shortly if you haven't seen it already. That is Camo Specs. Yeah, I mean, are we rerolling or what?
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too.
Not so famous Amos. Thank you for the resub. Ooh, it's been 6 months. Nice. Sorry, Cators. There's always next week. Well, mostly. Congrats to all the winners tonight. And hype up Cators. Victim of the commute. Sorry, bud. Camo Spec, I mean it's whatever. Like you can donate catnaps. It's fine. I ain't sweating it. As long as there's catnaps to be had, there's catnaps to be had. Just let me know, cause we're about to go host somebody. No whammy, no whammy. Are we doing this? Are we not doing this? Do we stay? Do we go? Okay, there we go. Alright. One more time. Hammer time. What do you get a free one for that one? I don't know what that was about. Well, that's interesting. I don't know why it's doing that. Did we take off the last one? We did take off the last one. Well, let's try it one more time. You're rigged, yeah. Not rigged. Hey, a clock's right. Even a slow clock is right twice a day. How about the spiky bits? I like this one. Spiky bits paintbrush holder. What do you say? You got paintbrushes? You want to hold them? This is for you right here, my friend. The rigging goes deeper than you thought. I wish I was that smart. Like, seriously. I would not be streaming right now if I was that smart. You want that? Oh, KevRob wants that. We got 3 more. I mean, this is number 3. There's 3 in the house right now. Right meow. You got lots of brushes? You want this? Okay. We can do that. Scratch you out here. Paintbrush holder. So there's only 2 paintbrush holders left, which is convenient because there's only 2 streams left in the month. So hey,
I'm doing my part.
How about that?
I'm doing my part.
Jacket Clubs. What's up, Wyatt Turk? What's happening, man? Thank you for the resub. Keep the brush holder. Okay. Well, thank you for everybody watching tonight, and Liz Gray for donating her naps. Camo specs. Please still send me your real people name and address. Boom. And we'll get that out to you here this week-ish. Next week, 8 p.m. Eastern, here on the Long War Network. Be sure to look. We got something special planned for next week. Keep an eye out for that one. Yep, real people name, real people shipping address there. Okay, let's remove this and get those cat emoticons ready. We are gonna go raid somebody. I don't know who's still online tonight. Next week we're gonna finish up. Well, we're gonna finish painting the skin of the warrior demon and work some more. Maybe I'll get them done this week. I kind of want to get these Sigmar guys done, but maybe we will work on them on stream. I don't know. I kind of make this up as I go. I'm always trying to paint something a little different, maybe some different colors, even if it's the same model, just to keep it fresh. See you, Jacket Clubs. Just to keep it fresh. All right, let's see who is live right now. All right, here we go. I think I found a victim. 50-50. Found a victim. All right, everybody, get those. Well, how about that? All right, this is an interesting coincidence. This is an interesting coinky-dink. All right, I want everybody to go into the stream, and I want you to tell this person what we were painting tonight and how we were painting it, and flash some cat emoticons. All right, good night, everybody. Wait for the host to go through and jump over there. We'll see you next week.
Deleted scenes, bonus content, and all the interviews and post-game wrap-up videos can be located in the Hall of Veterans on thelongwar.net. Visit thelongwar.net today and try a week completely free with no strings attached. That's not all. Thelongwar.net is also your hobby resource for exclusive early access with an ad-free experience to all your favorite videos. Members of the Hall of Veterans gain early exclusive access to multiple hobby videos.